our biggest thing was limit the big plays, make them have to snap the ball again, and when they get inside the red zone, they got to be able to run the ball, So that's what we did, and it worked out in our favor.
Would you like to have a kicker that could just blast a 54-yard field goal with 10 yards to spare?
That changes the game a little bit when you got a guy that you get across the 40, that you can go for 3, and he's a heck of a player. You just don't see that often, at the high school level. We'll probably be watching that kid on Sundays at some point.
You would think. All right, so what are the keys today?
Keys tonight, controlling the ball, offensively and defensively. They're a run-heavy team, so we got to fly to the ball. We got to tackle them down and try to make them one-dimensional, and being consistent. First down, staying on schedule, and winning those in the trenches type battles.
Any injuries to worry about?
No injuries to worry about right now. Just trying to stay the course and see if we can make another one.
And weather-wise, couldn't ask for anything. Now we got another week of summer still left to go, but it's pretty pleasant as long as any sprinkles stay away. I think we'd be fine.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Can't ask for much more than this. I think our kids are geeked up and ready to go.
All right. Well, hopefully you are too. Good luck tonight.
Absolutely. I appreciate you.
All right, that's Coach Willie Horn. I'm Joel Becker, and this is Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Jake Johnson, Lee Summit West, and Staley. Teams out at the middle of the field for the coin toss. Captains, I guess I should say, as we go through the little handshakes. And you were out there quite a few times for that. Did you start being able to recite the sportsmanship speech by heart?
Yeah, for sure. The White Hat I'd always stand next to him because I got to call the honor away games. I would be the one to call the toss, and we kept winning the toss, so we didn't want to change anything up our senior year.
Of course not. So what did you call? Was it the same thing all the time, or
no? We just
whatever you felt
whatever
that
we felt
day.
like, yeah.
We stand before you as representatives of the student body.
So let's see what we got. The toss has been made, and they're talking to Lee Summit West, which means they won the toss, and they will defer. So we will see this run-heavy Staley offense when we come back. It is the Lee Summit West Titans and the Staley Falcons. Opening kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with the affordable, high-quality food your family loves. We're here to ensure the products you want are always right where you need them, when you need them. And with budget-friendly options on every shelf, you can be sure you're getting the very best for less. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
Back live here at Titan Stadium, Joel Becker and Jake Johnson, Lee Summit West and Staley. So, we didn't get to talk much before the coach did. So now we do have a chance before this game gets started about the first 3 weeks and what does that mean, as far as the season is concerned. This Staley team does not have the best record in the world, but they're not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination.
Not by any means. They've played 2 really close games with Blue Springs and Lee Summit North. Last week they played North and lost 21-14. So, gave North everything they can handle, and I'm sure they're going to come out here same way, same feeling that they can handle and hang with Lee Summit West tonight.
Well, and you remember, of course, when, obviously when Lee Summit West became a team, and it wasn't that much longer after that Staley did, and they sure modeled their program after ours.
Right, yeah. I think that, looking at it, that was probably the best way to go. I think they followed the exact same thing that we did, where they didn't play a JV schedule their first year. They went straight to the varsity schedule, and I think that's paid dividends ever since.
So we'll see how things go as Sebastian Coleman has the ball teed up on the 40-yard line. Looks like R.J. Collins and Kyron Thompson back deep for the Falcons. And the kick is high and short and coming down at about the 11 up the right hash mark.
Ooh.
Actually ran into his own blocker, it looked like, but a big hit on the play as well for the Titans. And delivering the stick, A.J. Fain on R.J. Collins. And so the pretty decent field position, 26-yard line for this Staley team.
Yeah, we talked about special teams coming out setting a tone. They've done that almost every week where we've had guys flying down the field. So good start for special teams, Titans-wise.
Lucas Wilson, the quarterback for this Staley team, a little bit diminutive, as you kind of notice out there. Not as tall as you like for a quarterback, but we'll see how he does today. Looks like it's Stone in the backfield with him. And they fake to him, and he rolls to his left, looking to throw. He's being chased. Now he'll throw across the field. Incomplete. Dangerous throw. Looking for Kai Stone. Or I think that's actually KV Stone, excuse me.
Yes, sir.
And so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, always a dangerous play to try to roll out one way and then throw it back to the middle of the field. I don't know if that was the design or just good coverage by the Titans, and that was his last resort.
Senior quarterback, 5'9", 174.
That sounds about how big I was senior year.
So you were diminutive too.
Yeah. If you ask Royce that question.
Pistol formation on 2nd down, and a play action play. There's going to be a holding call, and it looks like a pretty good run actually, as it turns out, for Lucas Wilson, but it's coming back. As you could see there, it was a pretty obvious holding call.
Right in front of the white hat. Can't miss that one. Good start for the Titan defense.
So, now the play's not going to count anyway, as it turns out, because this one is a holding call, so it'll be 2nd down and 20. Ball back to the 16-yard line. So the Titans looking to get off to another good start. They certainly did that against Park Hill South.
Oh, yeah. Defensively and offensively. 3 and out, then a quick score. It's always a great way to start a football game.
Did you find it interesting that last week they took the ball and this week they went ahead and deferred?
I did, yeah. Also, we just don't know if Park Hill South messed it up or not, because we got the ball the second half too.
Well, yeah, but they chose that. Back to throw again. Wilson looking near side. He's got a man. It is caught and hit pretty much right after he caught it is Dixon. Demarion Dixon. It's good for about 15 yards, but well shy of a first down, as they were at 2nd and 20. So let's say 14 yards, 3rd down and 6 from the 30-yard line.
Yeah, big stop here. 3 and out and get the offense on the field.
Well, that's what you're hoping for.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting that they were described as a run-heavy team, and so far it's been nothing but passing plays.
Three straight passes.
Although teams sometimes do that to try and throw the other team off. Twins on the right here. Wilson rolls to his right side. He's looking. He's going to pull the ball down. Hit in the backfield and tackled behind the line. Great penetration. Sebastian Coleman coming up to make that stop and save the play to make it a 3 and out potentially here.
Another great play by Coleman. I think last week I saw he was the defensive player of the week for the team, and on 3rd down, start the game, makes another huge play.
You know, they're awfully deep in their own territory to be going for it here. There's always the possibility for a pooch kick.
They did this against Lee Summit North, where he tried to draw him off sides, and then he'll take back up a step, and he'll end up punting the ball.
I mean, it's 4th and 7, and the ball's on their own 24-yard line, or 29. Now they snapped it to him. They do that pooch punt, going for the sideline, and Jackson Torrey dropped it, but then fell on it. And the Titans will take over at their own 31, so pretty decent field position to get started for Caden Carter and company. And we'll see if we can't get through a half without injuring himself this week.
Yeah, we definitely want to see him staying healthy, especially in a big game like this.
So one more week of summer. It is, it's not bad out there. It is pleasant, but it's also not exactly football weather either.
Nope, no, it's a little Missouri humidity we got going on tonight.
Well, that's the other thing. There is actually a chance of some rain. Don't know that we'll see any. Split backs for Carter, the two Tories, and it's going to be a give, and this is Jackson Torrey with a big hole, and he could split the defense and out across midfield down to the 40-yard line. He was one broken tackle, but this one's coming back. We got some laundry on the field way back at the Titan 42. It was after a 10-yard gain before the flag came down. So assuming that it is some sort of a hold, the Titans are actually going to probably end up with a 1st and 9. It's an illegal block against the Titans as opposed to a hold. But from the spot of the foul, we'll actually set up a 1st and 9, not even a 1st and 10, interestingly enough. But, boy, another great situation where giving the ball to Jackson Torrey with brother Quincy in front for the block. And it was a great run, just unfortunately got called back for the hold. Same formation with the split backs from the shotgun, and Carter, this time he'll give it to Quincy Torrey. Sidesteps one guy, gets a big hole, gets across the 40 up to about the 44. Not quite as far as Jackson went, but certainly plenty of good enough for a first down. A pickup of about 13 or so, 12-13, 1st and 10 Titans from their own 44.
That's a positive sign. After a first play penalty, come back and still gain positive yards, get 10 yards, 12 yards for a first down. Good start for the offense.
Well, if we're following last week's script, then this is a 54-yard or 56-yard touchdown pass coming up. Instead, they come underneath, and it is caught by Arnold. But only for about 6 yards instead of 60.
Yeah, it's always good. We heard Coach Horn talk in the interview. He wanted to see more sustainable drives, so that's a good way to do it. Just 5-6 yards downfield with a completion. Also a good way to start a game for a quarterback with a short completion like that.
2nd and 4, give Quincy Torrey. He was hit at the line, dropped after a gain of 1. It's into Staley territory, though, to the Falcon 49. 3rd down and 3 coming up. We are just underway. We've played 3:45 of this first quarter. Titans on their first offensive possession after a 3-and-out helped by a penalty on the Falcons' opening drive. 3rd down and 3 here. They go with double backs again. This time it's a pistol and one offset man. And then Tavian Sims in the motion. They give it. And on the second effort, Quincy Torrey will get the first down and more. Down the near sideline to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Dives for the end zone. Waiting for the indication. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
What a run. Man, I thought he was out of bounds down back here at the 30, but way to stay in bounds and get all the way down.
So Quincy Torrey with a couple of really good runs in this opening drive. And the Titans knocking on the doorstep, 1st and goal from the Staley 7.
Had the Jackson Torrey show last week. Now it's Quincy's turn.
42 yards on the carry for Quincy, who's in the pistol, and they'll give it to him again, trying to follow blockers off right tackle. Gets across the 5 down to about the 2. Pickup of 5, and it'll be 2nd and goal from there. Clock running, 7.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless game, but the Titans knocking on the doorstep. Quincy in the game along with Jackson, split backs on either side of Caden Carter. From the shotgun, takes the snap. They give it again to Quincy. He's hit right as he got the football. And he gets pushed back and then driven into the ground after a loss of a yard. About maybe half a yard. So they'll put the ball down around the 3. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Looks like the Titans are going to bring in a couple of bigger guys. to play H-back positions. Both Tories come out. Tavian Sims is in the slot on the right side. We'll keep an eye on him. There's an empty guy standing on the left side.
He was uncovered.
Yeah, absolutely uncovered was Wooldridge. And somebody on the Staley side saw that, and the coaching side, and called timeout right as they were snapping the ball. Unfortunately for the Titans, I mean, it works out real well because I don't think Caden had any idea.
Nope.
Because I don't even know if Wooldridge, I mean, he didn't try and draw attention to himself or anything like that.
Sometimes you want to do a quick little, hey, just look at me, look at me.
I mean, because you're worried if you yell, then somebody's going to come over there. Somebody was about to go over. Never would have caught it.
No.
If he had known he was there, took the snap, and thrown it, that was a waltz into the end zone. But like I said, the timeout was called before anything happened anyway.
Yeah,
Stops the clock with 6:28 to go here in the first quarter, so we've played just shy of the first half of the first quarter. That's the first timeout, obviously, for the Falcons. And it'll be a big 3rd and goal here. I don't know if they would consider this to be 2-down territory or not. Obviously, they're in field goal range, but sometimes when you get down this far, you really want to...
You might as well just try to punch it in.
Yeah. So... I imagine there will be people on the left side this time. Wooldridge is in the slot, and Sims is wide out to the left side. Carter now with the pistol, and Torrey in the backfield. They fake it to him. He rolls left. He throws left. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown. Jackson Torrey from 3 yards out. Wide open, and the throw from Caden Carter was good enough.
Yeah, great play design. Brought the motion inside. DB followed him, and there was no one to cover Jackson Torrey out in the flat.
Well, and that's the thing. They had to give credit to Quincy Torrey to possibly get a handoff. So the play action helped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By freezing any coverage.
Yep, and it helps to have a lefty quarterback when you're rolling to the left.
Coleman for the extra point. The snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good, but there's a flag down. Let's see what the call is. It is an illegal formation against the Titans. So that'll push the ball back 5 yards, and Sebastian will get to try a 25-yard extra point.
Yeah, at least it's not a 33-yarder like in the NFL for an extra point.
I don't know. Certainly still within his range.
Oh, for sure.
Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good.
Yeah.
6:23 to go in the first quarter of play. Titans march down the field. What was that, 69 yards on the drive, I believe?
Yes.
Ending in a 3-yard touchdown pass from Caden Carter to Jackson Torrey. 7-0 our score. Back with a kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Ackport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points.
You get more with every order.
Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the points.
You get more with every order.
Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more.
Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, cause it all gives you more with Whataburger Rewards.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Jake Johnson, Lee Summit West, and Staley. Titans on top of the Falcons. 7-0. The kick goes down to about the 2-yard line, and coming out with another pretty good return is R.J. Collins up to around the 25-26. That's about where he was the last time around, and so we'll see if Staley makes any adjustments on offense, as they did nothing but throw the ball the first time around.
A little surprising.
After normally seeing a steady dose of Stone.
Yeah.
Who is aptly named.
Yes.
Stone or Boulder, whatever you want to call him. Looks like we're going to take our water break here with 6:15 left to go in the first quarter. So if you're wondering about the delay, this is week 4, so this is the last week they'll be doing this.
Thank goodness.
Hopefully by next week the temperatures will be a little more football-like.
Right, a little more fall. Hopefully leagues.
I have always thought that was a irony about sports in general. Football is certainly one of them. Baseball is like that too, in that, like in baseball, where I have a lot more, experience competitively myself personally.
Yeah.
But in baseball, you have to be a good warm weather team in order to win a division or win a pennant and get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But in order to win a World Series, you have to be able to play good in cold weather.
Right. Yeah.
And the same is true in football. Now, high school football is a little different because the first 9 games, all they really mean are seeding, as opposed to, it's not like you're going to make the playoffs either way.
Right.
But when the season starts, it's hot. When time for playoffs, it's a very different kind of game. We'll see what Staley does here, 1st and 10. They marked the ball at the 29, and this is Stone on his first carry, and not much there. Got a yard up to the 30-yard line, and I tell you what, if the Titans are going to be able to take him down one-on-one tackles like that, then we're in for a good night.
Yeah, that's huge.
Because he is a load, and so you would have assumed that you'd be hard-pressed to bring him down just by yourself, and that was a corner stepping up.
Yeah. No,
to make that tackle.
Their roster says he's 6'2", 218. So, and he looks every bit of that 6'2", 218.
Yeah. No doubt. Twins on the left side. Now they bring a couple of H-backs over that way as well, the tight end. And an H-back and another give to Stone, this time with a little bit more force to him, and he gets through the initial level and across the 35 to the 37. It's going to set up a 3rd and short, 3rd and about 2. And that was really the first time we saw KV Stone showing what kind of runner he can be.
Yeah, that was one of their favorite run plays they did last week. Shift 2 guys over and then just run a little stretch, and he gets to read, pick a hole. Wherever the offensive line created one for him, he'll just put his foot down and go.
So 3rd down and 2. Pistol with one man to the left.
Oh, false start.
And we got men's going. Now the question is who went first? There definitely was some movement on the line, but did the Titans cross first? No, they were drawn off. So that's a big penalty. Staley turning a 3rd and 2 into a 3rd and 7. Not really the offense that is built.
No, not at all.
To make these kind of conversions.
Credit the crowd making a little noise for that.
12th man.
Yeah, nice to hear it again. Changes the dynamic of this play completely now.
Yeah, well, and like you said, those two, the tight end and the H-back, go out in favor of a couple of receivers on the 3rd and 7 play. They've got trips on the left, one man on the right. Stone is in the backfield, and then we get movement again.
Delay of game.
And it's going to be delay of game against the Falcons, as you mentioned. That was going to be bad either way. Either it was going to be delay of game or it was going to be a false start.
Right, yeah. Yeah, they lost track. They thought it was going to be another 40-second clock, but it was only the 25-second clock since it was a dead ball foul.
Because of the earlier penalty. So it's back to 3rd and 12 now. They need the 39. The ball's at the 27. We'll see if they dial up some pressure here on Lucas Wilson.
Coming off the edge.
They only rush 3. Back to throw. Throw it over the middle. He's got a man. It's caught. And it's going to be good enough for a first down. Dixon with his 2nd catch of the game. Demarion Dixon. And I tell you what, that might have been a good lesson to the defensive coaches that maybe you don't want to just rush 3 on this guy.
Not let him sit back there. But, that was good coverage, just better throw, better reception. We were right there. Just
no
half
pressure.
Second late. Yeah, no pressure. It's nice as a quarterback when you can just stand back there and survey the field.
Needed the 39, got the 40, 1st and 10 from there. Pistol formation, H-back on the left, Twins on the right. We give to Stone, looking for a hole, got one. He's able to go off left tackle. He was taken down by his counterpart, Devin Wilson, number 7 on the other side, after a pickup of a little over 4. So we'll call it either a long 5 or a short 6 from the 44-yard line. Clock is running with 3:10 left to go in the first quarter. Titans on top 7-0. Staley with the ball for the 2nd time, trying to get something going offensively. They were 3 and out the first time. They'll give it to Stone again, this time off right tackle, and he's pulled down after a gain of maybe 3 up to the 47, but it'll still be a 3rd down and 3. We'll see if this Staley offense implodes again like they did the last time when it was 3rd and short.
Definitely much more manageable than 3rd and 14, 3rd and 12.
Although, I don't know, sometimes I think that the Titans can be tougher for them to defend the long 3rd downs than some of these shorter ones, as aggressive as they are. They do that movement again with the tight end and the H-back. They give it to Stone looking left side, and he's got a 1st down and more. Breaks the tackle, forced out of bounds. Gets into Titan territory inside the 45 to the Titan 44. Plenty enough for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Falcons from there.
Staley does a really good job with that motion, and then they get set immediately to where they can snap the ball, and the defense can't really rotate to it. They just had the number advantage on that side of the field.
It's the 2 tight ends, Gorenflow and Berg, that just sort of follow the direction of the play. Then, like you said, it's a zone read for Stone, who can just see where the hole opens up because there's always too many players on one side or the other. And on this time, it's play action, thrown over the middle. There is a man, but well overthrown on the attempt, looking for Genova. It'll be 2nd and 10, stops the clock with 2:09 to go, 1st quarter.
Man, he had him, but I think Fosnow actually got in there with some pressure and forced him to get rid of the ball a little too early and force a bad throw. So a little pressure on the quarterback is.
The coverage wasn't bad, but he did have a step. A perfect throw would have worked.
Talked about last week, Park Hill South with the safeties flying up on a play-action pass. That's exactly what Torrey did right there.
Trips on the right side, pistol formation on 2nd and 10, and they play action again, rolling right side, tossing it out right side, making the catch was Collins. I'm not sure if that will technically count as a run or a pass. I would say probably a pass. It was close.
It was.
To being backwards, but either way, it'll go for about 3 yards and set up a 3rd down and 7.
Just the new version of the triple option. That's all it was.
Yeah, good pursuit by the Titans defense. That speed coming in handy.
Yes.
So they get the 3rd and long they're looking for. The Falcons may be in 2-down territory here, though, with the ball on the 41. 3rd down and 7. Wilson, he will roll to his left side, throwing left side. He has got a man, and it is caught. Let's see if he got a 1st down. I believe he did. Needed the 34. They're going to mark him down at the 32. So that's Genova on the catch. Andrew Genova.
I think that's going to
junior.
be the only way Staley going to be successful throwing tonight is kind of moving the pocket, getting him out. So
I wonder if there's any way that the person in front of me that's got the head sign up there might actually lower it so I could see. Men in motion to the right side and rolling right side. Wilson throwing. He's got a man, and it's intercepted. He overthrew him and playing center field and coming down with it all the way back into the secondary was the, at corner, as it turned out, as you mentioned, Ty Washington, who was kind of playing a free safety position.
Yeah, center fielder.
And the first big turnover of the game goes the Titans' way. And they'll take over at their own 22.
Yeah, just playing center field there. Quarterback overthrows it.
Way overthrown.
Yeah.
No chance for a catch.
Yeah.
He was open.
He was.
And I don't know if maybe Luke's got excited or something, and that put too much on him. It's not the wind. There is none.
And there was nobody in front of him to where he had to throw off his back foot. He was moving right, but.
Yeah, he was throwing on the run. Carter will give up the middle. Not much there on the first down play, but a late flag, which is in face mask territory.
Yeah.
We'll see what this call is.
Maybe a little 5-yarder face mask.
We'll see. I believe that was Quincy Torrey on the run.
Oh, no.
And yeah, it is
personal foul.
It is a face mask, and like you said, the 15-yard variety it looks like. So that will give the Titans another first down on the 15-yard penalty and give them very good field position up around the 38-yard line. 38. First and 10. Clock is running now, under a minute left to go. And rolling to the left side. Carter looking left, throwing, and it is incomplete. There was some contact, but no flags as he was looking for Arnold.
Incomplete pass, second down and 2.
That's where I wanted him to throw to. Just off by a little.
Lots of targets there he had.
He did. Little flood concept over to the far side, and he had options.
Clock stopped with 54.2 seconds to go in the first quarter. Titans on top 7-0. Second down and 10. And a give. Quincy Torrey, big hole up the middle. Bounces off of one tackle and works his way up to the 44. He'll be about 5, maybe, let's say 3 yards shy of a first down. They gave him the 45. And it'll be third down and 3 from there. Very makeable for the Titans. They go split backs, Twins on the left again. One man on the right. High snap give. Torrey trying to bounce it off the right side, does, and he's going to get a first down. Needed the 48, got to about the 49. So it will, they may actually going to mark it back down, but it is good for a first down either way. So they're only giving them the head of the football for the first down at the 48, but it'll be first and 10 from their own 48. That could be the last play of the first quarter. They've got 15 seconds left, but if they want to run another play, they can. Or did they say he went out of bounds?
They said he went out of bounds.
Said it, so there will definitely be another play. Pistol formation, play action, and Carter rolling left side, looking for a target. He's going to run it himself, pulls the ball down up to the 40. 35 was hit right as he got to the out of bounds marker. And a nice gain on the play, about almost 20 yards. And he did run out of bounds, so it stops the clock. With 6.8 seconds left to go, they marked him out at the 35.
I think Woolbridge missed the signal because he wasn't sure what to do, and he just ran his corner off, and there was no one to contain Caden there. Good heads-up play by him just to tuck it and run.
Twins on the right, shotgun formation, and Quincy on the delayed give. Torrey on the right side, off right tackle, big hole. He breaks the tackle at the 25, gets down to the 20. And knocked down there. It'll be good for another first down, another 15-yard run for the Titans as the first quarter comes to an end. The Lee Summit West with the only scoring in that first quarter. And they are threatening again right at the edge of the red zone. 12 minutes of football in the books. 7-0 our score. Lee Summit West on top on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
That carryout comes in clutch.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Jake Johnson, Lee Summit West and Staley. Titans leading the Falcons 7-0 after 12 minutes as we start the second quarter of play. Technically, I would say that the Titans are just outside of the red zone at the 20 and an inch line.
Yep. I don't think in the statistics it'll say red zone. Gotta be inside that 20, right?
Well, I would say after this play, hopefully they will be.
Right. What a great start. 2 good drives for offense. What Coach wanted, he wanted sustainable drives. I think, what we say, the first drive was 6 plays, and this one's got to be more than 6 plays already. So
No doubt.
Good start for the offense.
It's not over yet.
No.
So
They better hustle to the line.
I was just going to say the play clock is already down to 10 as they rush all the way out. 7, 5, split backs, Carter. And he will take the snap, and he gave it to Jackson Torrey around the left side, looking to cut inside, got inside the 20 down to the 15, 14-yard line. So definitely in the red zone now, a pickup of 6. 2nd down and 4 for the Titans.
Good run, good read by Caden. He took a shot too. He held on to the ball as long as he could till he let it go. A little reverse power there. Reading the defensive end, if he crashes down, he's got to give instead of usually pulling on that.
Jackson comes out. Tavian Sims comes in. We haven't seen him touch the ball yet today. Pistol formation with one man to the right of Carter, but they do give it to Quincy Torrey right off right tackle, and he gets across the line of scrimmage for about a yard down to the 13, but it'll be 3rd down and 3 from there.
Still crazy. Quincy got hit behind the line of scrimmage and still managed to get 1.5 yards, 2 yards on that. He runs so powerful downhill.
He does at that. So Quincy's still in there. Jackson comes back in to be an H-back on the left side. Quincy's in the pistol. Sims comes out to be in the slot on the left. 3rd and 3. Carter gives, and Sack pulls it down, fires over the middle. Jackson Torrey, touchdown.
Man. I think they're finally going to call an ineligible man downfield.
Well, touchdown was the call, but there is laundry on the field, like you said.
Finally going to call it. I think Caden might have held on to it a little too long on the read.
And that is, in fact, the case. So, unfortunately, what was a 3rd down touchdown pass is now going to make a 3rd down and 8 for the Titans. Again, possibly in 4-down territory here. Certainly they have the leg for a field goal from here, but we'll see what happens. It'll depend on what happens in this play. And we get Willie Horns all the way out to pass the numbers to get an explanation. He didn't look animatedly upset or anything like that.
Just wanted a better explanation on who it was.
So we shall see. Our referee tonight, Gary Waite. Greg Liebold, the umpire. Kellen Laws is the linesman. Grant Christensen, the line judge, and Todd Dalof, the back judge. Back to throw on 3rd and 8. Carter rolling to his right side. He's going to pull the ball down. No, he throws last second into the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown. Was he across the line, though? I think he was.
It was close.
I'm not sure if he was or not, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to call.
Yeah, you got to be fully across the line of scrimmage, and it was, I don't know if he was.
This is one of those times that I really wish we had replay.
Uh-huh. Just to see it.
I mean, you can later on when you watch this on YouTube, or 810varsity.com. Unfortunately, it's also a loss of down.
Yeah, so
on a play like that.
Gonna push him.
What's unfortunate is, they called him for being across the line of scrimmage when he threw it. I'm not so sure that he was. Again, in terms of fully.
Right. Yeah. No, it has to be even if your arm is behind the line of scrimmage that you're throwing, it's got to be fully across. So.
Well, I said they might be in 4-down territory. Looks like they are going to go for it. And we get a quick timeout as they tried to catch Staley. And nope, they called an offsides against the Titans. That was the indication.
Yeah, what? I'm confused.
So not a false start, an offsides, which means somebody, when he ran up to the line, must have run across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, lined up.
Which does happen sometimes.
Yeah. Just lined up wrong. So
it's going to be 4th and let's see. The ball's on the 26. They need the 10. So let's say 16. And they are bringing Sebastian out for the field goal attempt, which will be 43 yards from the right hash mark. Like I said, he definitely has the leg for this. We saw him kick one earlier on a long extra point that would have had plenty of distance.
Yeah, all his field goals, he's put it 10, 20 yards past the end of the track. So
The only question is, will he be able to find the accuracy on it?
Wonder what we need a new football. There's a ball on the. Oh, there isn't a ball.
Yeah. I don't know. They have kickballs for.
No.
They don't have special K balls with helium in them.
Nope. We used to have just 3 game balls. I think now they probably have 4 or 5. Those GSTs were super expensive back then.
You've heard the story of the Georgia Tech Cumberland 222-0 game, the highest score ever.
Yeah.
You know that one of the reasons why the score was so high is that after a while they made them go for 2 because they kept kicking balls out of play and they were running out of footballs.
Oh man.
In that game. So from 43 yards out, they put it down. The kick is up. Again, plenty of leg. And off the upright and no good. It hit the left upright.
Man.
It hit the inside of the upright, so that could have gone through, but it didn't. Unfortunately, came straight back out. And so the the field goal attempt no good, and the Titans come away with nothing.
Man, that's unfortunate. We've talked about the last 2 weeks. Penalties at inopportune times, and we had.
I was going to say both teams have managed to implode a drive.
Yeah, we had 2 touchdowns called back with penalties. The second one, I still not sure I agree, but
I don't.
But it still nullified a touchdown, so unfortunate.
And the first one was definitely an unnecessary penalty.
Yes, yeah.
That one was not a bad call or anything. But if our linemen had been paying more attention.
Yes, yep, just shooting yourselves in the foot.
Yeah, should have been a touchdown. Wilson out for Staley, and he will give it to Stone, trying to go off left tackle, hit as he got to the 25. So pick up a 5, second down and 5 from there. We've played 2 minutes of the second quarter. Titans with the only score 7-0. Unfortunately, came away with nothing on that drive. So no points off the turnover, as it turned out. We'll see how much throwing they decide they want to do. From the pistol, they go left side. Stone was able to sidestep one guy. Good pursuit, though, as once again, Wilson, that is to say our Wilson, Devin, got into the backfield to break that play up. He didn't get the tackle, but he set it up so that the Titans would, with no gain on the play, 3rd down, and we'll call it, 3rd and 5 from the 25.
Devin didn't hesitate at all shooting across the line of scrimmage there. That was unfortunate he couldn't make the tackle, but good pursuit, like you said.
Pistol formation. We'll see if they go to the air on 3rd and 5, or they keep it on the ground from their own 25-yard line. Wilson looks over to the sideline. Now he'll take the snap, back to throw. He's looking, he swings it out. It is Stone who makes the catch and was knocked out of bounds, but not before getting the 5 yards he needed and about 4 more. Pickup of 9 to the 34. 1st and 10 for the Falcons from there.
Open field tackle by A.J. Lindsey. Sophomore corner, 5'8", 150 on the roster. Man, he stuck his nose in there, though.
Did he go low?
Yeah, he went low.
That's where you want to go.
Right, yeah. That was,
for him.
I mean, for one-on-one being out in the open field. Good tackle.
Give to Stone again, trying to get around the left side. He does. He was forced out of bounds around the 40. It'll be a pickup of around 6 or 7. Set up a 2nd down and 4 from the 40. Well, actually, they gave him the 41, so let's say 2nd and 3 from there.
2nd down and 3.
So the Falcons, after the first 3 and out, have been able to move the ball a bit, but have not been able to put any points on the board. 1 turnover, 1 3 and out, and they're still on their own side of the 50-yard line at the moment. 2nd down and 3. Man in motion. Low snap. They give it to Stone up the middle, big hole, and he'll get a 1st down. Across the 45 to the 47. 1st and 10 Falcons.
I think they found a little something just running downhill. And
I'm going to say, if I got a guy like that on my team, I'm just going to try and wear out the other team.
Right, yeah. And then on their O-line on the left side, they got Jackson Lewis, 6 foot, 248, and then their tackle, Tyler Kirkhoff, 6'4", 312.
Really, is that all? Because he looks he looks like he's 6'7".
Yeah, he looks every bit of it.
Yeah. 1st and 10. Oh man, looked like they had a guy go off, but they didn't let him continue. And Stone with the carry across the 50-yard line into Titan territory at the 48. They'll put him down at the 49 or 49 and a half. It'll be 2nd down and 6 from there. Clock is moving with 8 minutes left to go in the first half. Titans on top 7-0. I do imagine that anytime we're playing Staley and the score is within one touchdown, everybody is remembering.
Yes, I mean, one-score games. I think that's a Staley Lee Summit West staple.
Twins on the right side. They throw that way over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Collins, and he threw it behind him.
I think that was tipped at the line of scrimmage, possibly.
Could have been. It was a slant opportunity or try.
Yeah, Terrell Woods had his hands up. I couldn't tell.
I didn't see it change direction.
Yeah,
but
it just looked like it kind of came out weird out of his hand then. So, but
it could, like you said, he could have just gotten a piece of it or something like that. 3rd and 6 on the incomplete pass. Man in motion. They'll have Twins on the right side as Genova out wide that way, and then we get a timeout.
Yeah, they were definitely lined up wrong. They didn't have anybody covering the tackle on that side, and not enough guys on the line of scrimmage on this side. I was going to say, would have been an illegal formation had they snapped the ball, and they were running out of time. So 7:38 to go in the half. They call their 2nd timeout. Maybe now they probably won't make this the water break either, will they?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that
on a timeout.
Right, because then you're basically taking away a break. Yeah, I believe so. So 3rd down and 6 will be upcoming. They need the Titan 43. The ball is on the 49 and a half, so we'll call it a short 6.
You would think this is probably two down territory for Staley here. Probably a.
I don't know. I wouldn't if it were me, depending on what they do, especially if they don't get anything here, and I'm Bo Baker. I probably call this. I probably play the field position game, or at least try to. We'll see if they need to make that decision. Twins on the right, H-back on the left, rolling to the right side. Wilson looking to throw. He's getting a rush now. He throws and he's got a man caught. It was Genova, but he dropped it after he caught it. They're still going to give him the catch. It looks like.
Yeah. That was the same.
So 1st down.
Same exact play that they ran when he threw the interception. Sprint out and little curl. This time he hit his receiver right in the shoulders.
So 1st and 10 for the Falcons from the Titan 37 now. Twins on the left side. A little modified pistol. They move motions to the left. And the give, Stone.
There it is.
And some good penetration that time. Fosnow finished off the play, but that was really Woods who blew that play up.
From the backside, too.
Yep. Chasing him down.
Great pursuit by Woods.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
I think it's going to be really hard to kind of run that out really far outside zone on this Titan defense all year.
And that's the thing. They're so fast.
Yeah.
And they are now starting to pick up on what it is Staley's doing with some of that motion and formations.
Yeah, we saw the Titans finally adjust a little bit to the movement.
Twins on the right this time. A quick give up the middle. And pushing the pile forward is Stone. And that'll be a pickup of like 7 or 8 or so. It'll set up a 3rd down and 6. They got the ball just inside the 33. They need the 27. So a short 6 or a long 5. Twins on the right. And they give it to Stone again up the middle, and I think they've got him down shy of the first down. They're probably in 4-down territory here. It'll be 4th and 1. But with a guy like KV Stone, tough to bring down in a short yardage situation. We'll see what they do, though. You know, that earlier play when I said move the pile, that was not a situation where he had a bunch of linesmen pushing him.
No.
He did it himself.
Yes, he did.
And I think the Titans may call timeout here. They did. Want to figure out what they want to do on 4th down and 2. Lee Summit West has been very good this year so far, being able to blow up these 4th down and short situations.
Yeah, I think, what was it, 2 weeks ago? It was like 4.
Happened 4 times.
4 times on fourth and just this is the exact situation. 4th and 2, 4th and inches. And
now, having said that, Staley's had the benefit of being able to see these plays.
Yeah.
So we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
I want to see Stone just kind of Jalen Hurts it and get under center and see how far he can push that pile.
I'd like to see him live up to his name and just be motionless like a stone. So it'll be interesting to see how the Titans try to defend this. If they, sell out all out for the stopping the run, and then does maybe Staley think about doing some sort of play action?
Little play action. Well, they didn't have the starting quarterback in. They brought in I don't know if it was a Wildcat quarterback or if it was just like a more power quarterback, but it wasn't Logan. It was somebody else.
Which may have been why they called timeout in the first place. Logan's in there now, or excuse me, Lucas Wilson. So they're going to go with a big bunch in front. Pistol formation, 1 man to the left of Wilson. The snap there, the give, and just trying to force it through, and it looks like they did.
Just barely.
Yeah, needed 2 and just got the 2, but it's going to be a first down. Really got 3. Did KV Stone. And, again, you got that much beef, it's hard to stop.
Right. Same group, same formation.
So first down, and again, they'll give it to Stone. This time he tries to bounce it outside.
Man.
Gets around to the 20, was forced out of bounds, maybe the 18, it looks like, where they're going to mark him down. Pretty good carry on the place. We'll call it 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. Clock is stopped with 5:06 left to go in the half. 7-0 Titans, but for the first time in the game, the Falcons are threatening here inside the red zone. Stone goes off left tackle. He was hit pretty quick, but also was near a first down anyway. Only needed 2 yards. I think he may have gotten it, but they haven't given the indication yet.
3rd down.
Now they're going to say 3rd down and 1. So, yeah, they marked him shy of that 16-yard line. Unfortunately for the Titans, they got 2 plays to get like 2 feet. And they'll give it to Stone. He was hit in the backfield and pulled down. Yeah, I don't think he got anything at all. It'll be 4th down.
Woods again making the tackle.
So he has been a force on that defensive end position.
He lost a yard too. It's more 4th and 1 than 4th and a foot now. So.
Yep, it's still less than a yard, but still. Pistol formation. They moved, and we're going to get whistles this time. I saw it happen before, and they didn't call it. It was a receiver that did it, and I guess they decided he was still eligible for motion. But that time it was the whole line. And that's going to cost them 5 yards. I don't know if that'll take them out of going for it, 4th and 6.
No, but it'll definitely change the play call, that's for sure. They brought in 2 receivers instead of their big guys.
They don't seem shy, though, about letting Luke Wilson throw the football.
No.
And he's been good at it so far.
Probably going to sprint him out this way.
4th and 6. He's got those twins on the right. And they give it to Stone, and he's hit in the backfield. Was able to get a couple yards, bounces toward the 20, but nowhere near the first down, and the Titans hold, and they'll get the ball on downs on their own 20-yard line.
I'm a little surprised by that play call, but I'm not complaining for Titan defense coming up big, making another fourth down stop.
Well, I can't blame the Falcons for thinking that KV Stone, is going to be able to, make his own hole and get them, especially the last few times when they've thrown the ball.
Right.
You thought maybe you might be able to catch the Titans, going after some pressure or something like that. But fortunately for Lee Summit West, they didn't bite on it. And although he did get positive yards, he didn't get anywhere near the 6 he needed. It's going to be a give up the middle, big, huge hole, and Jackson Torrey zips him up from the 20 to the 35, gain of 15, 1st and 10 Titans. 3.5 minutes left to go in the half. And Jackson Torrey again.
Same play.
And they gave it to him. Trying to get off left tackle, was able to turn what could have been a loss into a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, he was hit behind the line of scrimmage and got
just
5 yards.
Elusive. He just, wiggled his way out of it. 2nd down and 5. Titans need not be in any big hurry here. There is 3 minutes left to go. Pistol formation. And they give it to Quincy Torrey. He was able to burst some speed and get positive yards. Needed 5, got about 4, so it'll be a 3rd and 1. Good patience waiting for a hole to open up. And then once it did, boy, did he hit it in a hurry.
He did. One little ankle tackle away from breaking that, too.
It is interesting having the Tories in there. They're different styles of runner, but sometimes you forget just how fast Quincy is. And it's going to be a keeper. Carter on the RPO went ahead and kept it and gets himself a 1st down and more. Pickup of 11 into Falcon territory. 1st and 10 Titans from the 45. A nice little fake up the middle, and then ran it himself.
Yeah, good read. This time the DN stayed upfield. He went right underneath and just followed his right guard.
So 1st and 10 Titans from the Falcon 45. On play action. Carter throws. He's got a man. It is caught down the far sideline toward the end zone. Touchdown. Tavian Smith. 40-plus yards away.
Does the dirty work and gets rewarded with a touchdown.
Well, and an absolutely incredible play-action fake.
Oh, yeah. he sold that well. Booted out to his right, and then he had to really flip his hips since he's a lefty and he's going to the right. Really flipped his hips and let it go.
Sebastian Coleman, out for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 1:51 left to go in the first half of play. The Titans strike again. They lead it 14-0. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Jake Johnson, Lee Summit West and Staley. Titans on top of the Falcons, 14-0. Nice little drive out, taking a bit of momentum from their defense coming up with a big stop. And the offense just goes right down the field. How many yards? 45 on that touchdown pass. Squib kick down the middle. Fielded at the 20-yard line by an up man. And, boy, that looked like a face mask, and there was going to be one. up to the 35, and it could go all the way up to the 50. And yeah, that is the call. I mean, it was an obvious one.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't intentional, I don't think, but boy, did he. They should find our video of that and give it to the. This is a face mask. So that should bring us up to near the midfield mark.
Yeah, man, that's the
unfortunate.
third penalty that's really going to hurt the Titans. Staley's going to start the ball.
Right, with only 1:44 left.
Right at midfield now.
Yeah,
so.
And I believe they only have the one timeout.
They have. Yep, they've taken 2.
So, if they could have kept them back in their own end of the field, it would have been a lot harder to go that far.
And
so
now,
giving them half a field is giving them a big favor.
Right, and now you don't have to technically throw. You can still run the football.
At least a few times anyway. 1st and 10 from just inside Titan territory, and a draw play to Stone with a big hole on the right side. He is hit. Ty Washington with a nice open field tackle. Second time he's been able to take him down.
Yeah.
Pickup of 9, though. 2nd down and 1.
I mean, that's your worst nightmare as a corner. Big old running back coming at you one-on-one, and you got to make the tackle or he's probably going to the house.
Well, there is
tackle.
That. Although I don't know if that's your biggest nightmare, or if maybe Tyler Kirkhoff. In some sort of a screenplay.
Yeah, coming out to the flat. Yeah.
Twins on the left side, 2nd and 1. And they will give it to Stone to get the first down. They're able to get it and a few yards more to the Titan 37. They'll stop the clock to move the chains.
Yeah, now you think Staley's got to have a little more urgency to go.
So 1 minute left to go. 1st and 10 from the 37 of the Titans. Nobody in the wide out positions. They have a bunch set on the left side, trips.
Will Flood, yep.
And it's going to be a keeper by Wilson, who's looking for the sideline, was able to block or break a tackle, stayed in bounds though, and had an opportunity to run out of bounds, doesn't. I don't know if they'll take a timeout here. 36.9 seconds left to go. They do have time to go up to the line and run another play here.
Clock is running.
So from the pistol, Twins on the right. And they fake it to Stone. Running it again is Wilson. Caught from behind, down inside the 10 to the 8. And there are flags down, and I believe we did get a timeout.
Holding?
Well, we'll see. I mean, I haven't really seen. I mean, there's a flag down. It's a pretty good guess that it might be holding, but I haven't actually seen the referee make an indication yet. That really should nullify the timeout, too. It's an illegal block, not holding against the offense, and so that's going to cost them 10 yards, big 10 yards, with only 19 and a half seconds left to go. And they do need to call that timeout. Otherwise, I mean, they could, if they wanted to, run a play real quick here, but as soon as they put the ball in play, the clock should run.
Yes, right.
Because it was running before.
Yep, not a dead ball.
Yeah, there's no 10-second runoff or anything like there is in pros, but we'll see if they're just going to go ahead and call their timeout. I think they're looking over to see if that's what they want. I'm not sure if Staley knows, and so now they call the timeout. I have to say that the officiating crew was being awfully nice to them in terms of, giving them the benefit of the doubt and ask. They could have just put the ball down and said, "Look, the onus is on you to call the timeout. We don't have to look over there and ask if you want it."
Yeah.
But they did. So 19.5 seconds left to go in the first half. Titans on top 14-0. They also will get the ball to start off the second half as they deferred the opening toss. But that penalty kicks them out of the red zone back to the 23-yard line. So, certainly they're still within striking distance.
Right, yeah, but no timeouts now.
You would imagine they're not going to be running the ball anymore, even with the quarterback. Although I would expect that they might have mentioned to Lucas Wilson, next time you're a foot away from the sideline, run out of bounds.
Right, you think a senior would understand that at this time.
I mean, he got himself an extra 4 yards or something like that by doing what he did, but
it wasn't beneficial.
It cost them more than it gained them, as it turned out. All right, so here we go, first down. Not that really matters after the timeout. Bunch on the left, Wilson throws over the middle. It's intercepted. Picked off. Ty Washington. It was Ty Washington.
Multiple flags.
There are all sorts of laundry on the field. Comes up the near sideline. Let's see.
I think one's going to be a holding on the Titans. They were looking at Stone at running a route, and I think he got held up.
That may have been why the interception was so easy, as it turned out for Ty. We basically threw it right to him.
Right, but I'm not sure if this flag will matter. That's after the return.
So holding defense, as you said. And that's the only thing they're going to call.
Because I think it was the return. And that, I mean, Staley will decline that so they can keep the ball.
Mm-hmm. So that will be a 10-yard penalty. Defensive holding is a 10-yard penalty. It's not an automatic first down, but it stays first down.
First and 8, yeah.
Turns out actually it'd be better for the Titans if it were an automatic first down.
Right,
It'd be first and 10 in that scenario, but it's kind of academic with 12 seconds left to go in the half. Let's see what they do here. Ball after the penalty was placed on the 13. Split backs. A little bit of a low snap. Wilson throws over the middle, and it is intercepted again.
He's got a chance.
Picked off by the Titans coming up the far sideline, and that was Grauberger. Drew Grauberger with the interception in the end zone. Technically, there's still a second 1.9.
I'm not sure what this flag is. It was right when the snap happened.
So that might be an illegal formation or something like that.
They're talking to Lee Summit West, so it must be on Staley.
Yeah, and obviously if it is, they would decline it and take the interception. There is still time, though. The flag's way back over on the sideline like it might have happened after the interception occurred. They may have come onto the field or something like that. I don't know. We'll see if we get an indication from the referee. Yeah, it was a sideline violation.
Isn't it usually a warning first time? And then
normally they do, but not if it happens in the middle of a play like that. If it actually might affect the play. Yeah. You don't really owe them a warning per se. So, like, for example, we've actually seen it before. You've seen it, I'm sure, in the pros where a coach will, like, just literally tackle somebody running down the, they don't give them a warning.
No.
So that will run off a few extra yards, although I imagine the Titans will just take a knee here. 1.9 seconds left to go. They are in the victory formation, or the kneel formation, if you prefer.
Back-to-back great stands by the defense.
It was at that. And he will take a knee and finish off the half, will Caden Carter. And the Lee Summit West Titans will go to the locker room ahead by a pair of touchdowns, 14-0 our score. As the Titans, have looked pretty good on both sides of the ball.
They have. Going back to your interview with Coach Horn pregame, I think the offense has done exactly what he's wanted them to do, sustainable drives. Now, we had one drive that 2 penalties took touchdowns off the board, but the other 3 drives have been great, resulting in 2 scores. And then defense, once again, has been solid. Can't ask them to do anything else.
All right, we are at halftime here at at Titan Stadium in Lee Summit. We'll take a break. When we come back, we probably will be about time for us to go down to the field for the Titan Marching Band a little bit later on. Some stats with Mark Files. And we got a whole nother half to play. The Titans will start the second half with the ball in a 14-point lead. They lead at 14-0 at halftime here on Titan Football. A presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. We're here before the sun comes up until long after it goes down, working hard to keep prices low for your family. From the cashiers at the front of the store to our teammates in the back, throughout every department, we're all dedicated to bringing you your favorite food at prices you love. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
Biscuits and taquitos and breakfast on a bun. Those are just a few of the things you can make a part of your morning routine at Whataburger. Then again, with so many choices, you could make a routine of not having a routine. But would not having a routine still be a routine? Chew on that for a while. Whataburger breakfast, just like you like it.
810 Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage, 810varsity.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Jake Johnson. We are at halftime. The Lee Summit West Titans and the Staley Falcons. Titans on top 14-0. Let's go down to the field as we have the Titans marching band here at halftime.
Take the field in performance. Brady Matheson and Ricky Lyon.
So there you go, the Titans marching band at halftime, 14-0 our score. We'll take a break. Mark Files will be back along with Jake Johnson when we come back with some halftime numbers for you as the Titans lead at 14-0 here on Titan Football. A presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
That carryout comes in clutch.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with the affordable, high-quality food your family loves. We're here to ensure the products you want are always right where you need them, when you need them. And with budget-friendly options on every shelf, you can be sure you're getting the very best for less. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
Welcome back to halftime. Mark Files along with the Hall of Fame quarterback, Jake Johnson. And we've got the Tiny Titans doing a little dance routine tonight on the field. Nice job, ladies. And we'll make sure that everybody in Titanland know that's on there. They can go to 810 Varsity and they can watch it. So share that with your friends. 10:25 here to go in halftime. 30 seconds or less. Your assessment of the first half, Jake.
Everything Coach Horn asked for, and when he talked to Joel before pregame, and I think the offense really did what he wanted: sustain the drive. Defense, they've showed up every week so far and have been able to play about as well as they can. So,
and defense, they're doing a nice job. You just got a man out there running the ball, number 7, Kai Stone. He's a load, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to tackle him. Glad I never played defense in the first place. Guys like him are the reason.
Well, let's take a look at the individual stats here for the visiting Falcons from Staley. Rushing stats, that Kai Stone we were talking about previously, he has 20 rushes, 103 yards in the first half, leading the way for Staley. Through the air, quarterback Lucas Wilson is 5 of 10 for 56 yards. He does have the 2 interceptions on the board. Receiving yards, let's see here. Dixon is leading Staley with 2 catches for 27 yards. And then we've also got Genova that's got 2 catches for 20 yards. And then, of course, Kai Stone's got the 1 catch for 9 yards. Those are the leaders in at halftime for Staley. And for the hometown Titans, let's talk about the rushing game. Quincy Torrey, 13 rushes, 108 yards. Another good start to the night for him. Caden Carter's got 3 rushes for 24 yards. He was over, he had 29 until he had to take a knee on that last play.
As a quarterback, that just makes you mad that you got to take it out of the pistol.
I know, it just happens. That just happens. What can I say?
It's a good thing we don't have prop bets in high school.
Exactly. So for the Titans passing game, Caden Carter's 4 for 4 for 54 yards.
Efficient.
The receivers on that, he's spreading the ball around between the 3 different receivers. You got Cameron Arnold getting on the board with 2 receptions tonight for 6 yards. Tavion Sims has got 1 catch for 45 yards, and then Jackson Torrey's got the 3-yard catch for a touchdown early in the first quarter. Overall for the Titans and for Staley, It's a very close game stats-wise.
It is.
Staley's got 10 first downs. West has got 11. On the ground, Staley has, of course, 105 yards on 22 attempts. Lee Summit West has got 138 on 17. As far as passing yards, 56 yards for Staley, 54 for Lee Summit West. When we start looking at the touchdown interception option, TD, we've got 2 TDs for Lee Summit West through the air. And we also have the 2 interceptions for the quarterback, Luke Wilson, for Staley. Now, here's something else that they're pretty close on, penalty yards. Staley's got 8 penalties for 65 yards. Lee Summit West has 7 penalties for 55 yards. Again, third down attempts. Staley's 5 for 11 on third down. They are 1 of 2 on fourth down. The Titans are 4 of 8 on third down. Staying out of those third down conversions is a big deal for the Titans.
Yeah, that, and then getting off the field defensively. I mean, they've done a great job holding up against Staley, so you want to see that. I think we talked about the numbers being pretty similar. Staley's shown that they can drive the ball down the field, but once they've got inside the red zone, defense has been able to bend and not break, and they've shown it consistently throughout this year where they're bending and they don't break. They don't give up scores very often.
Well, and unofficially, time of possession, and I was calling him Kai. It's KV Stone. Sorry about that, KV. There's about a 8-minute difference in time of possession because the Falcons have been just grinding on the ground.
Yeah, Coach Horn alluded to that earlier. He said that they were going to be the team that possesses the ball the longest, and when we get the ball, we have to take advantage of it.
On the field right now are all of the ROTC students from Lee Summit West. Tonight was Armed Forces Night. In the pregame, you may have seen a track, an empty track, which what they did was they had the ROTC students carrying the flag of the military service that they were going to join upon their graduation here from Lee Summit West.
It's very cool. I know we didn't have many traditions. That'd been one of the cooler traditions to have when we were still here.
Well, and you know, we've got a new AD here on campus.
Yep.
Jim Oliver Jr. is on campus. He's joining us. Kayla Maid is the new senior principal of the building. So there are some new traditions being woven into the old traditions.
Love it.
We were sitting here with our camera guy, Ben Bruner, and there was a rap tune that was from 2012 era that one of the kids did and sent back to Coach Boehm and said, hey, here's something for the state championship celebration.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so they had it and they played it, and I just picked up on a little bit of it. And what caught me was making the trip to the dome was the line that kept feeding through it. We're working for the dome. We're going to the dome. Well, now you don't get to go to the dome. You get to go to the zoo.
Faroe, yeah.
And go to Faroe Field. So, all right. We've got a little over 4 minutes left to go here in halftime. Staley's back on the field, getting their warm-ups in. West will be out here shortly. Let's take a quick break, and we'll get you back and ready for some more Titan football. You're listening to Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beckbo Productions, and 810varsity.com.
All right, I got a message for you. Radio is the way to go if you want to advertise. Targeting your customers, any shape or size. Radio is a perfect way to tell them who and where you are. They listen at work, they listen at home, and you got them in that car. You got to go with radio when you want to advertise. Here we go, watch me now. Hard rock and soft rock and easy listening too. Up and down the dialer format's just for you. Country, classic, talk, and gospel stations. Every market across the land has got a station for your situation. The cost is low, and radio is theater of the mind. You can present your information with imagination. If you want to get your message across, get your message across the airways with radio. Call them, they will come right over. Remember, you got to go with radio when you want to advertise. There are lots of stations just your size.
Coach here has always been a bacon and cheese Whataburger add jalapenos guy. Until now, because he just met Whataburger's Southern Bacon Double. Fresh beef patties, Monterey Jack and American cheese topped with crispy bacon, crunchy slaw, and a tangy Southern-style sauce. That's what we call an edible audible. Good call, Coach. The limited-time Southern Bacon Double from Whataburger. Just like you like it.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Welcome back to halftime. Just before we get ready to get the second half underway, third quarter action here, and give it back to Joel and the Hall of Fame quarterback Jake Johnson. I want to remind you, in 2 weeks, we'll be here, and it will be homecoming. And the intent against Blue Springs South is to celebrate the 2010 and 2013 championship teams.
Awesome.
And so if you are watching from afar and you are related to any of those young men, coaches that were participating in that on those teams, let them know that they are welcome to be able to come back and be recognized during different times of the ball game. All they got to do is just check in and make sure that they're here for game time, and it's a 7 o'clock kickoff. With that, we're going to take another real short commercial break, and we'll give it back to Joel and, as I said, Jake Johnson, that Hall of Fame quarterback. You're listening to Titan Football, presentation of Backport Sports, Beckbos Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Are you looking for a heartwarming and unique gift? Consider master storyteller David Lewis's Memories CD collection. Warm memories of the cold. 9 of David's best memories of sleds, snow, grandpa on ice, 34 degrees below, skates, and Christmas. Hooves, paws, wings, and claws. 13 recollections of cats, horses, dogs, birds, a misguided vet, and a bobcat that stuck to the wall. Just folks. 13 memories of the Witch in the Woods and other captivating people, gone but not forgotten. And you had to be there. 14 heartwarming tales like Fantasy on the Porch, An Ox Out of His Box, A Foot Fetish Catfish, and more. Recollecting times, places, people, and events in David's life you simply have to hear for yourself. David's CDs are available online at memoriescds.com. You can hear audio clips at the website. That's memoriescds.com. Why not buy the gift that can be enjoyed over and over? David Lewis's Memories CD collection. A touch of the heartland for your family.
That carryout comes in clutch.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. Just like we're always making sure to keep our shelves stocked with the affordable, high-quality food your family loves. We're here to ensure the products you want are always right where you need them, when you need them. And with budget-friendly options on every shelf, you can be sure you're getting the very best for less. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
Well, welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Jake Johnson here on Lee Summit West Titan football. Titans leading the Falcons from Staley 14-0 halftime. We are getting ready for the second half kickoff. The Titans deferred, and I'm going to guess that they are not going to choose to kick the way that Park Hill South did last week.
No, I'm going to assume that they're going to want the football again.
My first job I ever had in radio was calling Tulane football down in New Orleans.
Oh, that's awesome.
And when we would go to halftime, the guy that I would do the games with, his name was Max Cario, and he would have the sports information director of Tulane on, Jeff Seal.
Okay.
And every week it was the same interview. And he would say, we're at halftime with Tulane sports information director Jeff Seal. Jeff, what are your impressions of the first half? And then Jeff would say, I don't do impressions, Max. And they would both laugh. And then he would say, what do you think Coach Brown would, and he was talking about Mac Brown, the guy who would later make some pretty good headlines at Texas, is saying to the boys at halftime. So what do you think Coach Horn was saying to the boys at halftime?
Probably defense, just keep doing what we're doing, make a little adjustment. Offense, limit the penalties, especially the untimely ones, and sustain the drive still.
Jackson Torrey with the ball at about the 3 up the far side, but not much on the return, shy of the 20-yard line, and so the Titans will take over there. And, that's the thing is that, when you're winning 14-0, at halftime or whatever, I mean, this game is still a couple of plays.
Oh, yeah.
From Staley being tied with
right.
us.
Right, yeah. We've seen
either touchdowns we wouldn't have gotten or what that they would have.
Yeah, we've seen Staley being able to drive the ball down the field, and once again, defense has been bent but not broken. So any chance Staley they can score as well.
We'll see what the Titans do coming out. They've got twins on the left. And the late give on the draw play to Quincy Torrey. And nowhere for him to run to on that one. A loss of a yard, maybe a yard and a half from the 18 back to the 17. It'll be 2nd and 11 from there. It's interesting. That's the first time in a while that the Titans have not started off the half with a give to Jackson instead of Quincy Torrey.
Right.
I was just starting to think that we were getting little too predictable. Man in motion, and it is a toss sweep. Looking Tavion Sims trying to get around the outside. Now cuts inside, and he'll get some yardage across the 30, pushed out of bounds as he gets up near the 35-yard line. As Tavion Sims made really a great decision, as it turned out, was they were trying to contain him, and he stretched him out, but when he finally did sort of stop and cut back in, they overran him.
Yeah, and he set up Torrey too with basically just read Torrey when he was going to win with his block, so he helped Torrey out there too. That was a great run by Sims.
Split backs, and it is a give. Quincy Torrey off left tackle. He was tripped up. Could have had a lot more yards if he wasn't able to get by that last little attempt there, but unfortunately couldn't. And it'll be a pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. For the Titans from there. Ball's on the 37-yard line. They need the 45. Just underway, second half. Titans on top, 14-0. This is their opening drive. Little confusion as Arnold comes in and now goes back out wide on the right side. Trips are out that direction. Back to throw. And Carter with lots of time. Now he'll step up, and he's just going to pull it down and gets forced out of bounds up near the 40. Just nowhere to go, and was able to get positive yards up to the 39 is where they marked him. But it'll still be a 3rd and 6 from there. They need the 45.
Yeah, 3rd and manageable. They're trying to take a shot there. They're running a little fake slip screen, and Torrey couldn't get by the safety there. Safety was still in coverage. He didn't bite on the screen.
So Quincy Torrey to the right of Caden Carter. They show blitz. They do the Statue of Liberty play. Carter, and I should say Torrey, and he fell down. Boy, he was, and now we get a little pushing and shoving afterwards.
Come on.
And we're going to get a late flag on Lynn, who was defending Quincy Torrey And I tell you what, Willie Horn is rather upset. The old adage is they always get the retaliation and not the initial.
Second guy gets it.
And that's what's going to happen here. It'll be an unnecessary roughness call. At least they didn't call it unsportsmanlike conduct.
Right.
Because
two of those and you're out, right?
Or correct. And not just out of this game, but you would get a suspension for the next one as well. And you can't really blame, you couldn't really blame Lynn.
No.
For wanting to go over and defend his teammate. So Aiden was over there after he saw them take Quincy down. But it's going to be 4th and a ton, and there's a flag down as this punt is fielded at about the 38, forced out of bounds up into Titan territory. Let's check the flag, though. It's over near the original line of scrimmage.
Procedure, illegal procedure, probably not enough men on the line of scrimmage for the Titans. So it came right after the snap. And if it was offsides on Staley, they would have just blown,
it dead. No, it's against Staley, and I think they had 12 guys on. That's I believe that is that the signal he gave can be 12 men. It can also be illegal touching, but I don't see any possibility that it could have been illegal touching.
It came before the.
Yeah. And so the Titans should have the opportunity to kick again. I think technically they would have the option of either pushing them back from where the end of the run was, but in this situation you'd want to kick it again.
Right.
And so that's what they're going to do. It'll still be 4th down. It's a 15-yard penalty, though.
What is?
It couldn't have been 12 men on the field because that's not a 15-yard penalty, but it's something. I don't know. At any rate, it was a 15-yard penalty, so it sets up a 4th and 4, and the Titans have decided to bring their offense back out. And nope, they're going to punt it. And boy, they come after the punter. And a muffed punt, and it's dropped on by the Titans, and they get the ball. Once again, Wilson Johnny on the spot. And after the muff by Genova, the Titans will take over on the Falcons' 28-yard line, maybe the 27, 28.
Wow, what
a sequence of events.
What a odd.
I'd still like to know what that penalty was.
I would love to know.
Maybe we'll have somebody tell us at some point. I liked it when we had a bunch of coaches over here when we could just walk over and ask them stuff like that. Now they're in a whole nother floor.
Yeah, got to look out the window.
We could yell up out the window up to them.
They probably don't even know what that one is.
I was going to say. So how about that? The Titans get a big break. Carter from the pistol here. Back to throw, going for it all down the near sideline, and it is caught. Did he stay in bounds?
Oh, no.
They say no. So apparently they're going to call it an incomplete pass. I couldn't see from where we were, unfortunately.
Couldn't tell, no.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Was that even? I'm assuming it was Wooldridge.
Yes, it was Wooldridge.
Like I said, I unfortunately couldn't see its way in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, I thought he had a foot in, but.
Yeah, apparently not. Or,
nope.
Maybe he bobbled it or something like that, too. That's also a possibility. 2nd down and 10. Sims, and he's able to get a good block and get some yardage inside the 25. He was pushed back, but forward progress will get him to the 24. Good run by Tavian Sims, who's having a pretty good day. And it'll be 3rd down, about 4 from there.
Man, we talk about Quincy Torrey running the ball. He's made 2 great blocks on that play for Sims to get free. You don't see that a lot from your big-time running backs.
They gave him the 24, so let's call it 3rd and 5. They need the 19. 3rd and a long 5 or a short 6. Could be in 2-down territory, although, again, a field goal would give them a 3-score lead. And, again, they'll try the end around. This time it is.
Oh no.
And, boy, as Arnold tried to throw it, he fumbled the football, but it came right to Tavian Sims, and he was able to fall on it. I don't think that was a I said pass, but I don't think that was a pass. That was just a fumble.
Fumble, yeah.
But it came right to Tavian Sims.
That probably drove you out of field goal range, too, unfortunately.
It would be a 50-yarder from where they are now. And although I do think he probably has the leg for it, he did miss one from 43 earlier when it hit the upright.
And it was up.
That was about.
Yeah, it was way up on the uprights, too, where he hit it.
So it probably would have gone across from 50. But they're going to go for it here on 4th and 14.
Better hurry.
And they're going to call timeout. I don't know if that was by design. They may have been trying to, hope for an extra 5 yards.
Right.
And I tell you what, if you're the Titans, there is a thought here. You can go for it on 4th and 14 if you want, but you can also kick it.
Quick little line up in bring your offense back out.
Just get the punting unit out, to be quite honest. I mean, seriously, I mean, Grant, if you could manage to get them anywhere inside the 20, Staley is going to have a hard time driving the length of the field.
I remember on Thursday practices, we would always practice that situation either coming out of the end zone or somewhere around where we are right now, where the offense would stay out on the field and we do line up normal offensive formation and just do a quick kick.
Yeah, the quick kicks. That was a relatively common thing back then for
you
guys. Although, you know what else would have been something that I wouldn't have put past Coach Bame was lining his tight end up in the up man position and just snapping it right to him. If you remember, he made a few pretty good punt fakes. And even if you don't make the 14 yards here, again, it just pushes them back.
Right.
But they're just going to have the offense stay out, it would seem. We'll see what they do here, if they go for the pass or the run or what. Pistol formation. And on play action, time for Carter. He's going to step up, throws at the last second. And he had Wooldridge, but he was kind of late. And it was not the best throw in the world either. It was kind of inside for him. And so it's going to be a 4 out on downs for the Titans. That's, I think, one of the first times this year they've actually had that happen to them. Where they weren't able to convert. Pretty good coverage over there by Helms on the play.
Yeah, he was step for step with.
So we'll see the Staley offense for the first time 4 minutes into this third quarter, trailing 14-0 to the Titans. Would have been nice to make it a 3-score game one way or another there. But unfortunately, a little trick play didn't work. Split backs. And, he's able to get out of it somehow or another. Wilson running for his life. Needs to get rid of the football. Doesn't. He's going to get sacked anyway, way back at the 28-yard line. And I tell you what, the Titans had a guy in the backfield ready to take him down. And that was, I'm not sure who that was. He was wearing a number they don't have on their roster, so I'm sure it's somebody who has somebody else's jersey on.
Yeah, or blood, or they had blood on their jersey.
9, okay. So that was Putman, who actually was in the backfield, but somehow or another Luke Wilson was able to escape. There is a flag down. That play went on so long. Or apparently, I don't know, either they picked it up or...
I think they came out and checked on Torrey. I think Torrey had to come off the field.
Okay. So it'll end up as a sack or a loss of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 15 for the Falcons. Wilson, men in motion from left to right. Pistol formation, and they fake it to Stone, rolling right side, thrown over the middle. He's got a man. It is caught to one of the tight ends all the way up to the 40-yard line. And it looks like that was Genova on the catch. It's going to be shy of a first down. It's pickup of maybe 13. It'll set up a 3rd down and 2. He was actually a wideout, not a tight end. Kind of looks like one.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 2. We'll see if they give it to Stone here for the short yardage situation. They've been throwing to come out, and they will give it to Stone, and he gets that first down and more right up the middle. And boy, some power running that time by KB Stone.
Straight downhill run.
And I tell you what.
Is that Holbrook on the tackle?
It was, and he will be feeling that
will.
for a while, I would say.
Give him credit, though. He hung in there. He knew he was going to take it, too. He delivered it right back to him, though.
Ball up at midfield, 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Pistol formation. H on the left side. And on the counter play, right up the middle again, Stone. He was tripped up as he got to the 45, fell forward to the 44. Another Titan a little slow in getting up. After knocking down Stone, that was Sebastian Coleman. Good for 6 yards, 2nd and 4. We've played half of the quarter. A little under 6 minutes to go. Scoreless second half so far, 14-0. In favor of the Titans overall. And on the spin play, they give it. And it was Collins, and R.J. Collins able to get about 3 of the 4 yards he needed on the end around.
They're going to be coming back with a holding call.
But, yeah, like you said, flag down on the play. Waiting for the indication. So holding the call against the Falcons. Looks like they're saying that the spot of the foul was the 43. So they'll bring it back to the 47, almost the 46. So, yeah, they're taking it from the line of scrimmage. So it must have either happened in the backfield or at the line.
Yeah, I think it was the right guard, 61.
So that'll set up a 2nd and 14. Those do tend to be drive killers, don't they?
Yes, yeah. And we've seen it tonight. They've been drive killers for Staley.
Down a couple of touchdowns. They've been throwing the ball more on this opening drive, but you would imagine we'll see a lot more running still in this second half. And they do give it again to Stone. He was hit right at the line, able to get up near midfield, the original line of scrimmage, but it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I think if we would have gotten a score there to go up 3 scores, that Staley might have had a different thinking coming out. I think still only being a 2-score game, they can stick to their game plan and run the ball as much as they want.
So like you said before, possible 2-down situation here, 3rd down and 10. They don't need to be in any sort of panic mode by any stretch of the imagination. We'll see what happens here. Back to throw. Wilson with time now. He goes up the middle. Nice play right up the middle for Woods, who closed that gap and run right into Wilson. He thought he had a big hole up the middle, but boy, did Terrell just close that up in a hurry.
Yeah, he shut that down. He was trying to work on the outside, and he couldn't get around, so he just came inside and found a sack.
So it's 4th and 12. They still have the quarterback out there. They've punted from this formation before. Looked like originally he was trying to draw the Titans off sides. He does have 3 receivers on the right side, and he is going to kick it high, very short kick. It will bounce and take a Falcon bounce toward the 20. It'll be a little shy, maybe at the 21.5, and that's where the Titans will take over 1st and 10. So the Titans defense comes up with the stop. I believe we're going to get our water break here.
Looked like it.
With 3:49 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Titans still on top, 14-0. Got a touchdown in the 1st, a touchdown in the 2nd.
Yeah.
Scoreless so far in the 3rd.
Yeah, just don't need any untimely penalties. I think that's what's really been the Achilles heel to this offense the last 3 weeks. Not just tonight, but we've seen they've stuck with the game plan. Coach Horns wanted to see sustainable offense, and we've got that tonight.
Titans go on the road next week after this 3-game homestand. They'll be across town at Lee Summit High School. First time on the road since opening week against Liberty.
And you know what's funny? You said it last week. Seems like every team that the Titans have played the week before, they've played Lee Summit North, and
which is
sure
also
enough,
the case. Yeah,
Lee Summit North are playing tonight.
We give any scores during halftime?
I don't know. We did not.
I'll try and take a look at that a little bit later. In the meantime, Titans on offense. Caden Carter's gone the whole way today. And, a tough exchange, and Caden does a good job of hanging on to it, not fumbling, because it was right in the backfield with Quincy Torrey.
Multiple flags now.
We got a little extracurricular activity. And it's on the Titans, another personal foul. I didn't actually see it. Was it another retaliation type situation?
I think so, but I'm not sure who it was.
Because there was a pretty big hit there on Caden at the end of the play.
Yeah.
And it could just be that somebody from the Titans took exception to it.
Another lineman, stepping in for his quarterback.
So that'll cost them 15 yards and push them all the way back to their own 12.
And it's a dead ball foul, so it's second down.
Yeah, happened after the play. 2nd and 19, they're saying. Split backs, and it'll be a give. Quincy Torrey up the middle, able to get to the 15, but not much more after that. So a pickup of maybe 3, and it'll set up a 3rd down and long. Let's say 3rd and 17 or so. Clock is running with 3:10 left to go, 3rd quarter. It's been a scoreless second half so far. We'll see if they want to do something, go downfield here. But the Titans, of course, with the 2-score lead, could play conservatively. Empty backfield, though. Now Sims goes in motion, and we get a whistle. False start on the Titans. I don't know who went early. Somebody on the line, I would imagine, or maybe one of the receivers.
3rd down and 22.
So that'll cost them another 5 yards. Back to the 10. They need to get to the 32, so it'll be 3rd down and 22. Not a whole lot of plays in the playbook for that.
This is what Coach Horn didn't want to see coming out of halftime, that's for sure.
Yeah. So back to throw and toss the near side Woldridge, but not anywhere for him to go. He did stay in bounds. So that'll pick up 3 yards maybe and set up a 4th and a ton. And we'll see if I'm assuming we'll get the punting unit, which we do.
Well, hopefully we get it off a little quicker this time.
Owen Walker will be standing right at his own goal line.
Yeah, that's.
So hopefully we'll get a good snap. They did come after him one of the other times he punted. It is a good snap. They do come after him, but he gets the punt away. High punt, not especially deep. Takes a bounce.
Nice.
And then gives Titans way across midfield. It bounced at about the 44 of the Titans and then went over onto the Falcons side on a nice little bounce or roll. So they'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 48. Minute 54 to go in the 3rd quarter. Titans on top 14-0. So the Titans today, have been relying on their defense, and their defense has come up big. But we talked about this before with a guy like KV Stone. The defense can get worn down.
Wear you down real quick, and he breaks a couple tackles, and he's off to the races.
Well, and then again, he also mentioned so much beef on the offensive line, and you got those 2 tight ends are big too that are also on the line. And it's going to be a keeper, Wilson. Oh boy, he cuts inside, gets stuck really nicely by A.J. Fain. I wasn't sure if there was going to be a hold there.
Wow.
But they don't throw anything.
Fain came out of nowhere there.
Yeah. Yeah, Wilson certainly thought so. He didn't see him until he got stuck in the chest. It'll be a pickup of 4, 2nd down and 6 from there.
Yeah, you're talking about videos for face masks under the refs. You take that video of that tackle and send it all over the country. That's how you form tackle right there.
Yeah. Well, it helps when the guy's 5'9" and 170
Come
pounds.
on.
And Wilson, they almost got him in the backfield, but he was able to sidestep a pretty good rush there by Walker. Unfortunately, he came in, but he didn't really angle himself toward the running back for some reason.
I don't think he knew who had the ball there, I think.
So it'll be a first down up to the Titan 41. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. We're down inside the last minute of the third quarter. It's been scoreless so far. They've got trips on the left side this time. One man on the right and one man in the backfield. It will be Stone on the play action fake. He throws down the near sideline, but way overthrows his intended receiver, Genova.
Washington on step for step there in the coverage.
And neither one of them were going to catch up to that ball.
Nope. That was probably just a
stops the clock with 35 seconds to go.
Throw it away and
live to play another day.
Right.
2nd and 10. So rare play with Stone not there in the backfield. Still the pistol formation, and they will give it. As I said before, it's not Stone. This time it's Colvin. And he was able to pick up about 7 yards on the play. A good open field tackle, but a good run by Colvin. Draven Colvin, D-R-A-V-Y-N.
Definitely
D-R-A-I-V-Y-N.
Change of pace running back there.
Well, he's got some size to him, too. Not like what I would call a scat back or anything like that. 3rd down and 3. This is interesting to see him in there for a couple plays, but they're going to just let the quarter expire. And so we end up with a scoreless third quarter of play. And we will see what happens. 12 minutes of football left to go. The Titans with a 14-0 lead over Staley. We'll take a break, come back for the fourth quarter right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points. You get more with every order. Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the point. You get more with every order. Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more.
Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, cause it all gives you more with Whataburger Rewards.
Looking back out to Titan Stadium, Joel Becker, Jake Johnson, Lee Summit West, and Staley. Titans on top of the Falcons, 14-0. Staley with the ball, 3rd down, and about 3 yards to go. Ball's on the 34. They need the 31.
Still no Stone out there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's indicative of anything or if he's just getting a breather here. But Colvin is in the pistol. The 2 tight ends to the left, he'll follow them, and he's going to get a first down. Not by much, but he needed the 31, got to about the 30.5. And so it'll be a new set of downs, 1st and 10. But this could still be the same as I was talking about before. They could be just giving him a breather.
Yep.
I mean Stone, while the other guy goes in, continues to wear down the defense, and then you put KV back in there.
Right.
And you've already got a worn-out defense. He's that much harder to take him down.
Yeah, all right. We talked about at halftime. He had already had 20 rushes, and he's definitely kept the ball for most of this quarter as well.
Pistol formation on play action, back to throw. Wilson down the middle. He throws. He's got a man. It's incomplete, but a flag. It was intended for Genova, and I tell you what, that was some good-looking coverage over there.
Yeah, Lindsey was playing the ball. He's got a right to the ball as well as the receiver, so that's a tough pass interference call.
Yeah, I really didn't see it by any stretch of the imagination. It was not. There was a very little bit of contact on the shoulder, but he really only had his hand on it, for not even leverage, but just sort of to know where the other body was.
Right, yeah. Yeah, he wasn't playing through him at all.
It's too bad you don't have pass interference replay.
That was the worst thing the NFL could have done.
15-yard penalty, 1st and 10. And on the direct snap, Wilson, and a nice play that time by Grauberger to save that one. He wasn't able to take him down completely, but slowed him down enough to turn what might have been a much bigger gain into a gain of about 6, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, he turned him back inside. And that was.
But I tell you what, the Titans. This is probably the first game, and as Stone's back in, by the way, now in the pistol formation. This is probably the first game this year where the Titans really feel like they're on the wrong side of some of these yellow flags.
Yes.
Stone, there is a flag here. This one's in holding territory, so I think this one may benefit the Titans.
I think they got the left tackle.
Yeah, I would say you're right. And holding is the call. So that should take a 2nd and 4 to a 2nd and 14. That makes a big difference. But
yeah,
but just on this drive alone, we had the 15-yard pass interference. We had also. I mean, we had a few penalties on this drive itself.
Yeah, and then on the prior offensive drive for the Titans, we had that personal foul that backed us up 15
We've had a couple of those where it didn't see. I mean, I understand those, and I have to say I've always had a problem with the offsetting personal fouls because that always seems completely useless.
Right.
But when things like that happen, if you have it happen twice, you would think that you would have give it to one team one time and the other team the other time, because it's not like one team was an angel and the other team wasn't.
Exactly.
On the zone read, Wilson keeps it himself, and a good job to stop him in the middle of the line was Terrell Woods again. We've called his name a few times.
He's made some big stops.
So he was able to pick up about 3, but it's still going to set up a 3rd and 11. Under 10 minutes to go regulation time. And the Falcons are down by 2 scores, 14-0. They may be in 2-down territory here.
For sure.
Although if I'm the Falcons, I do want to get on the board too. We'll see what they do here on 3rd and 11. Wilson rolls to his right, trying to come back to the left, trying to set up a screen. There's a flag. I believe we're going to get a pass interference call on the screen play.
Oh, no. I hope it's
like a defensive hold or something like that.
I'm hoping it's ineligible man downfield.
And they're going to pull it up. They're just going to pick it up.
That's fine with
me.
And
the reason why is because, again, he was within that 5 yards. He was behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
You're allowed to give him a hit there in that scenario.
Well, now they just...
they picked up the flag, and now they are calling the illegal man downfield, so apparently... They picked up one flag. They're going to decline the penalty, so it'll be a 4th down play.
So I think what happened, they were going to pick it up, but they decided that the ball went across the line of scrimmage instead of behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, regardless, at any rate, it's going to be a 4th and 11, and Staley will go for it. It would seem, anyway. They have the offense on the field. Titans have come up with a 4th down stop already in the game. Twins on the right.
Got to sprint out to the right here.
And he will run that direction, looking to throw, and he throws in near side, and it was caught and short of the 1st down, but he falls forward, and it looks like he will get one. Let's see where they put it down, though.
I think he got just enough.
Yeah, needed to get to the 6 or so, and they're giving him just shy of the 5. So he probably got, if they had been able to tackle him when he came down with it, I think he would have been short, but he was able to turn around and fall forward, and that was enough to get a 1st down, 1st and goal for the Falcons at just outside the 5-yard line. We'll see if the Titans defense can come up big here. The give to Stone going off right tackle. He was able to elevate himself and go across the 5 down to about the 3. Let's say he gets the 2, so it'll be 2nd and goal from there. So pickup of 3, 2nd and 2, or 2nd and goal from the 2. Wilson from the shotgun. Give again, Stone up the middle. He was hit. Touchdown. Just broke the plane. And the far side line judge calls the touchdown. And with 8:28 left to go regulation time, the Falcons get on the board and turn this into a 1-score game, 14-6 with the extra point to come. So it'll be Caden Kernan out to try and make this a 7-point game. Kiernan, I don't know, K-I-E-R-N-A-N. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. 8:28 to go, regulation time. Titans hanging on to the lead, but they only lead it by a touchdown now, 14-7. The kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
810 Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage, 810varsity.com.
Well, we talked earlier in the game about how Staley was able to hang with everybody they played. This week, no different. They have never led in this game and just got on the board for the first time in the fourth quarter with 8:28 left to go, but the Titans hanging on with only the 14-7 lead. We'll see what they can do on offense here. It is Sains on the kick. And he kicked one into it, and it is caught coming up the near hash mark, and it's Tavian Sims. Spins a move at the 40, 45, 50, and gets across the 50 to the 49. Great run back, Tavian Sims, and great field position for the Titans.
That's one of the first run backs we've had in a couple of weeks. We've seen all these kickers booting it to the back of the end zone.
Well, that was that was only the second kickoff of the game. That it was the second half kickoff,
right?
And this one, and we're gonna get our I believe we're gonna get our water break now, with 8:16 left to go. Titans in Falcon territory. That's exactly what you wanted to see if you were Lee Summit West.
Great response. Now just avoid the killer penalty that you've had the last couple drives.
Best case scenario, you take 11 plays to go 49 yards for a touchdown and end up with a two score game again with 30 seconds left by the time you give them the ball back.
That'd be fantastic.
Well, that's the script I'm going to send down. We'll see whether or not they follow it. All you have to do is execute, guys.
Yep. I think Coach Horn would like that script.
So they'll start off with split backs. The two Tories on either side of Carter. On 1st and 10, it'll be a give to Quincy Torrey, and he does get around the edge.
No way.
And we got flags down. I didn't see it. Holding is a call against the Titans. Did you see it? I didn't.
He's calling it on Torrey, but there was nothing there.
So it'll be 1st and 20 after the penalty. That makes it a lot harder to do these long, sustained drives.
Yeah, it's been every drive the second half. There's been some sort of penalty that's to the start of the drive as well. It's not like we've gotten some yardage. It's been at the very beginning of the drive, and it's put us in a hole.
I think the referee really needed to spend 5 minutes going over to their coach and asking them if they wanted to take
exactly what they want to do there. I mean, I've never understood that. Just waiting for a kid to mess up and say no. They don't do that in any other football level.
So 1st and 20. Ball on their own 41. And on play action, Carter rolls out to his left, looking. He pulls up.
Run it.
No one to throw it to. He'll just step up. He's got some running room. He'll get across the 50, down inside the 40, down the near sideline, 30, 25, 20, runs out of bounds. Just shy of the 20-yard line at about the 21 as Caden Carter erases the penalty and more.
The equalizer. Running quarterback, great legs. Nothing downfield. Found a little seam and did it himself.
Well, nothing wrong with his legs, it looks like today.
Not at all. That was a great run.
Yeah, it was a pickup. Let's see, so from the 41.
39 yards?
Yeah, something like that. First and 10 just outside the red zone. It'll be a give. Jackson Torrey looking to go up the middle. And he does get inside the 20. Not much more. It'll be a gain of a yard, second down. It's not good for his yards per carry.
No.
So just a yard, second down and 9. But it does do a good job of continuing the clock running. We're down to 7:15 left to go regulation time. Titans on top 14-7, trying to answer the first score of the game by the Falcons. And a delayed give. Quincy Torrey with a big hole. And he breaks the tackle, gets inside the 10, down near the 5-yard line. It was a nice little draw play that time, Quincy. And he turned the jets on, was able to hit that hole in a hurry.
And he made a linebacker miss real bad. And
from like 2 feet away. Yeah. I mean, it was literally within arm distance of him, and he just blew right by him. I think the linebacker thought that Caden still had the ball.
Yep.
So first and goal for the Titans, and we get whistles.
Oh.
And we're going to get another, I believe another, this time it's an offsides against.
It must have been this
when
outside corner down
I think what
here.
happened was when Tavian went to go in motion, the corner
thought it was the play.
Yeah, just somehow or another leaned across the line or something like that. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. First and goal now from the 2.5. So like a 2-point conversion here, but they get 4 tries at it. And they fake it to Sims. Carter trying to go up the middle. He's hit when he gets inside the 1. Toward the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Titans. Caden Carter from 2.5 yards out just forced his way in. And the Titans retake a 2-score lead at 20-7 with the extra point to come.
I think he was stopped short by about 1.5 yards or 2, and the O-line and him just kept pushing until they got in.
It wasn't so much that he was stopped as much as he had nowhere to go. Extra point up, and it is good. It's 8:29 left to go in regulation time. 6:29, to go in regulation time. Titans retake the 14-point lead. It is 21-7. Kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Ackport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. We're here before the sun comes up until long after it goes down, working hard to keep prices low for your family. From the cashiers at the front of the store to our teammates in the back, throughout every department, we're all dedicated to bringing you your favorite food at prices you love. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
Back live at Titan Stadium, Joel Becker, Jake Johnson. Lee Summit West, Staley, Titans on top of the Falcons, 21-7. A nice drive, helped out by a great return by Tavian Sims to start it off. Then after a penalty, a great run by Caden Carter, who eventually finishes it off from 2 yards out, down the middle, and bobbled at about the 20-yard line, trying to come up the middle of the field and gets up to the 35. And that was Colvin on the return. And so it'll be first and 10 from their own 35, 36 it looks like they're going to give him. With just a little over half a quarter left to go, and you got to wonder if we're starting to get to the point where they kind of have to come off of that game plan.
Yep.
2 scores in half a quarter.
Start moving the pocket and throwing the ball downfield.
On the other hand, with the kind of chunks of yardage that RV Stone's been able to get, really maybe not. Trips on the right to start things off. And they will give it to Stone on the delayed give. Trying to get off left tackle, bounces off a couple of guys, but the Titans do a good job of swarming. After Fosnow held him up, Grauberger came over, and then I didn't see somebody finished him off.
Fosnow was just holding on for dear life, just waiting for somebody else to come clean it up.
It'll be a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. Inside of 6 minutes left to go. So you can run, but if you do, you got to, play with a little more determination, I would think, if you're the Falcons. From the pistol, back to throw over the middle. It is caught And hit and tackled is Genova. Good for a first down up to the Falcon 48. Needed 7, got about 8.
Multiple Titans on the tackle.
Yeah, they're no
Titans,
hurry.
the Titans are content to give these underneath passes too. If they want to do that, that's fine.
The 40-second play clock, and they're snapping the ball under 20 seconds. That's wasting a lot of time.
Again, the pistol formation. And it's going to be on the play action throw over the middle. This time the tight end Berg on the catch. Titan player's a little bit slow in getting up. I believe that is Wilson, but he seems like he's okay. It'll be a gain of 7, 2nd and 3. We're down to 4:58 left to go, under 5 minutes. 2nd and 3. Wilson back to throw, rolling to his left, looking, throwing near side. It is caught and out of bounds for Demarion Dixon. That'll take him to the 32-yard line.
That's been their favorite play of the night for throwing-wise, just a little sprint out. Outside receiver runs a deep comeback.
Well, that's a good play for him in this scenario, too,
Right.
especially because he runs out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yep, you're getting first downs off of it and stopping the clock.
1st and 10 from the Titan 32. Rolling to the right and looking to run it is Wilson. He's got a pretty good hole. He's going to get inside the 20. He was hit and tackled at the 19. Ty Washington stepping up to make the open field tackle inside the red zone. I do not believe he got out of bounds. They stopped the clock to move the chains, but they should get it going again once they set it up.
He missed a blatant holding call.
And they didn't. He was not out of bounds. I don't know why the clock's not running.
Yeah, Stone on the edge. He basically tackled his guy.
Pistol formation here. And they will give it to Stone up the middle. He had a pretty good size hole inside the 15 down to about the 11.
KD Stone on the carry.
This time the clock will run under 4:20 left to go.
2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3 for the Falcons. Ball's at about the 12-yard line. Pistol formation, Twins on the left. And we get whistles. Are we going to get a timeout?
I think by the Titans. I don't think Coach Horn liked what he saw.
Yeah, so the Titans blow their first timeout of the half. They've got 2 left. Stops the clock with 4:05 left to go. I don't mind that because a lot of the play clock had already ticked off anyway.
Yeah.
And again, if you don't think you have the right defense called,
right? Give your.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the side that needs the break.
Well, I mean, even if somehow or another that eventually the Falcons are able to score, the longer you can keep them out,
right?
Then again, all you're going to be doing is trying to keep the ball.
Yeah.
When you get it back, I mean, they may try a onside if that happens. Who knows? But
and the Titans have been successful running the ball tonight. So
yeah.
I mean, from multiple guys, it hasn't just been Torrey tonight. It's been Carter. It's been both the Torrey brothers have been good, and then Sims on the jet sweep tosses.
Yep, and also catching the ball out of the backfield as well. So they're going to go trips this time out on the left side, very wide on the left. Pistol formation with Stone. I don't know if that's just to try and get a lot of Titans away. No, it's going to be a keeper and forced out of bounds. Grauberger forced him out of bounds as he got really only maybe a yard. I don't think he got anything.
I don't think anything, yeah.
12-yard line was where it was. That's where it is now. It'll be 3rd and 3. Does stop the clock with 4 minutes left to go.
3rd and 3. 3rd down. Let's
go. Heavy formation.
Yeah. Stacked on the left side. They'll go that way. Oh, they had a guy in the backfield, but Stone ran right through the arm tackle.
Stone on the carry for the
And it's going to be close. Looks like it will be a first down, 1st and goal. But it will keep the clock running.
Yeah, like you said, the Titans don't mind this right now. It just clock keeps
under 4 minutes. That is too bad though, as far as.
Oh yeah, he was dead to rights in the backfield.
I mean, it was a great penetration for, and that was Putman again. And incomplete on the first down attempt. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 9. Clock stopped with 3:35 left to go. So we haven't called out Putman's name a lot, but the few times we have, they've been big plays. Unfortunately, that time he couldn't wrap up. You're not going to get upper body hand tackles on Stone. But that you will get. Woods got him around the ankles and took him down.
He's been the defensive player of the game for sure. He's been.
Him in Washington.
Yeah.
With the picks.
Yep. Woods, he's been in the backfield all night. Really played well against the run.
A little surprised that they didn't call a timeout there, the Falcons.
Yeah.
Because it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Wilson rolls to the left side, looking to throw. He will throw toward the end zone and incomplete. Missed his intended receiver. That was just, he was on the run and he didn't make an especially good throw looking for Genova, and it's going to be 4th down and kind of the ball game resting on this.
Yep.
Fans whip it up here.
Man, they don't want to waste a timeout here with the clock stopped.
You wouldn't think. They're down to 7 seconds, though. Pistol formation, Twins on the right. Wilson takes the snap, and on play action, throws over the middle, incomplete. Looking for the flag, but not getting it. And I tell you what, the receiver over there, it seemed to me like he was just, he kind of knew the throw was off, and he was just trying to
bait a flag.
Yeah, what he was hoping he would get one.
Yep.
But it was incomplete, and the Titans take over on downs. Now there's 2:55 left to go, and Staley does have all 3 of their timeouts. So if the Titans, run the ball 3 times and can't get a first down, they will have to kick it back. But at that point, they'll be down 2 scores.
Yep.
And and presumably, hopefully, you punt the ball away pretty good.
Yeah, just
now if we can manage to get a first down or 2,
that'll be the ball game. But
yep.
Take care of the football, no turnovers here. That's all. That's the biggest thing right here.
From the pistol to give to Quincy Torrio, makes a nice move up the middle, spins his way across the 15 to about the 17, gain of 7. And Staley will call their first timeout.
He's got great vision. That was a great cutback.
Actually, they haven't called it yet. I don't know why they haven't. Unless they think that down by 2 scores, it's a moot point at this point. Like I said, I don't know why they aren't calling. It's odd.
Kind of shocking.
Obviously, the Titans are in no hurry to snap the ball off here. Play clock's at 12. The game clock is run down to 2:15. Carter from the pistol takes the snap and again gives it to Quincy Torrey up the middle, makes another nice move and gets the first down across the 25 to about the 27.
Hurdled over that kid.
And I do believe they stopped the clock to move the chains, but they get it going again. And now finally, no, still haven't done it. It really seems odd to me. I guess Staley is almost just conceding at this point. That's the only thing you can say.
Right, yeah, I'm confused.
21-7. They go pistol again with a man to the right of Carter, and they hand off up the middle. Again, it's Quincy Torrey, and he'll get up to the 30.
There's their time.
And finally, they get the first time out.
So they didn't take it. I wonder if they didn't take it because it was 2nd and 3. And
I don't know. But we'll see. 2nd and 8. The clock stopped with 1:26 to go.
Yeah, they lost almost a whole minute.
Yeah.
It was like 2:40 something left when the drive started.
That's just odd to me.
It was almost like they were conceding. I don't know why they would take a timeout now, if that was your mindset.
I mean, it was the first time they stopped him for less than a 5-yard gain or something,
right.
but still. Maybe that's what he told them to motivate him. Said, if they get less than 5 yards, I'll call a timeout, otherwise I won't. I doubt that's what happened. Well, we are going to have a ability, I would assume, to have a nice discussion on who the player of the game is going to be today for a change.
Yeah, there's multiple guys that we could.
Candidates. After the timeout. And on the play action, they throw over the middle, and it is caught. Jackson Torrey down the middle of the field. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Titans. Jackson Torrey, a seam route down the middle, and nobody touched him.
Just an RPO. I think he's hurt, too. I think he's cramping up.
Yeah, it seemed like he was having trouble. 71 yards.
Yeah, I think it got about to the 25-yard line. He started cramping up, and he still took it to the house.
Yeah.
Well, that's a way to seal the game right there.
Sebastian Coleman out for the extra point to make it a 28-7 Titan lead. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. So a minute 15 left to go in regulation time. The Titans put the nail in the coffin. 28-7 our score. We'll take a break and finish things off when we come back on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Biscuits and taquitos and breakfast on a bun. Those are just a few of the things you can make a part of your morning routine at Whataburger. Then again, with so many choices, you could make a routine of not having a routine. But would not having a routine still be a routine? Chew on that for a while. Whataburger breakfast, just like you like it.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Jake Johnson. Titans and Falcons. Lee Summit West on top of Staley, 28-7. Coleman's kick squibs it up the middle, and again it was taken. Colvin, and he's going to fall on it as he had trouble fielding it up to about the 24. And the thing is, we've talked about this before, this probably is going to end up going down as another game where Staley was a lot closer in the game than the score is going to indicate. I mean, 28-7 does not give this game justice to Staley.
No, not at all. They've
be great for the stats.
Yes, yeah.
For the Titans.
Yeah, Staley's had multiple times inside the red zone, and once again, Titans defense has just stood tall, and it's been a recurring story for them.
So we'll see what they do here. Down 3 scores, and they will hand off and see what they can do about padding the stats of KV Stones, although he only got 1 yard. Nice play. Foz now. As Jax has had a pretty good game defensively, too. Another guy's name we have called out a few
multiple times.
In addition to Terrell Woods and Ty Washington and Logan Putnam. 2nd down and 9. Bit of a low snap, and they give it to Colvin up the middle.
Oh, he almost fumbled.
Yeah, but he does spin his way forward. Gave him a bit of a generous mark. Gave him a 1st down.
Yeah, that could have been the last play if they would have given him the 1st down.
Yeah.
Got to run at least one more play.
Yep. Unfortunately.
From the 34-yard line.
This presumably will be it. Wilson from the shotgun. And on the delayed give, got it to Colvin. He'll get about 1 yard or 2. 13 seconds left to go. They won't snap the ball again. The Lee Summit West Titan faithful will count it down. 2, 1, and Lee Summit West 4-0 on the young season.
Gotta love it.
28-7, the final score over the Falcons. Like I said, the score doesn't do justice to how close the game it really was, but when it counted, the Titans able to get the job done.
Yeah, they've played hard tonight. Defense I don't think you can ask for anything else what they did tonight. Once again, big fourth down stops. Offensively, when it mattered, they got the points. They scored that big touchdown. Once when it was a one-score game, 14-7, and then to answer on the kickoff return to set us up at midfield and then drive down and score the touchdown to go back up 2 scores. That basically sealed the game for them at that time.
28-7 the final score. We'll take a break, come back with our post-game show right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
At Price Chopper, we're always chopping prices. We're here before the sun comes up until long after it goes down, working hard to keep prices low for your family. From the cashiers at the front of the store to our teammates in the back. Throughout every department, we're all dedicated to bringing you your favorite food at prices you love. For freshness, selection, and low prices, Kansas City knows. Price Chopper.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points.
You get more with every order.
Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the point.
You get more with every order.
Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more.
Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, 'cause it all gives you more with Whataburger Rewards.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Jake Johnson, Lee Summit West, with the 28-7 win over the Staley Falcons here in Week 4 to go 4-0 on the young season. And Jake Johnson has some post-game numbers for us.
Yeah, we talked about first half how Staley ran the ball 22 times in the first half for, I think it was over 100 yards. Yeah, it was 22 for 105. In the second half, it was 22 for 83 yards. So defense, they dug deep. KV Stone, man, he was a workhorse tonight for Staley, and Titan defense really played well. Titan offense, first half, 16 rushes, 100 yards, and that's second half. 16 rushes, 100 yards. 2 passing attempts in the second half, 74 yards, both of them touchdowns. Let's go to some player stats. Start off with Titan rushing attack. Once again, Quincy Torrey, another 100-yard rushing night, 147 yards on 22 carries, about an 8-yard average a carry. That's, it seems kind of quiet tonight. He didn't get in the end zone, but still another 147-yard rushing yards for Quincy Torrey. Caden Carter, 7 rushes, 71 yards, 10 yards a carry. He had 1 touchdown tonight, and that was a really big touchdown. That was the one that put us up 21-7. Then you got Tavion Sims, 3 rushes, 14 yards, and Jackson Torrey only had 1 rush for 6 yards tonight. So nice to see that.
He had more. Unfortunately, they got called back.
He did, yeah. I think for sure one long one, and then did he have a receiving touchdown called back, or was it a rushing touchdown called back? It was one or the other.
Yeah, it was a passing one, I think.
Caden Carter passing tonight, 6 of 8, 75%, 128 yards, 3 touchdowns, big number, no interceptions.
The only thing about that is it's a little misleading with a 71-yard touchdown pass with less than 2 minutes to go in the game.
They had eight in the box. They ran an RPO. He made the right read.
Absolutely.
Receiving,
hey, they all count.
Right. We talked about Jackson Torrey, 2 receptions, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. The first touchdown of the night and the last touchdown of the night for Jackson Torrey. Tavion Sims, 1 big reception, 45 yards, and 1 touchdown. Cameron Arnold, 2 receptions, 6 yards, and Adam Woolridge, 1 reception for 3 yards. Defensively tonight, Drew Grahlberger, 5 tackles, Ty Washington, 3 tackles, Logan Putnam, 3 tackles, A.J. Lindsey, 5 tackles, Jackson Torrey, 4 tackles, Jax Fasnow, 7 tackles. Terrell Woods, 6 tackles. And let's see, who had the interception tonight? Was that
Washington, wasn't it?
Grahlberger and
Grahlberger had one and Washington the other.
They both had interceptions tonight. So all around great win for the Titans, 28-7.
So think about your player of the game. The tough one for this today, I think, even is just going to be deciding it. Does it come from the offense or does it come from the defense?
Right.
But
I agree.
Some scores from around the league or the state, I guess. Blue Springs and Fort Osage. And the Wildcats win this one 39-21 was the final there. They're in the fourth quarter in Platte County. Grain Valley with a 31-16 lead in that game. Wow. Got themselves a barn burner going on in Warrensburg, 41-40.
Oh, man.
Hosting Harrisonville.
Those are fun.
That's just getting started in the fourth quarter,
81
too.
points. I took the over.
Kearney Excelsior Springs, 47-6 for Kearney. In that one, Knob Noster 47-14 over Northeast. Let's see, Lee Summit North, not surprisingly, the Broncos all over the Tigers, 37-13 with about 10 minutes left to go in that game. Liberty North destroying Park Hill South 40-0. So if we thought that our win over Park Hill South last week puts us in the same category as Liberty North, we're going to have our work cut out for us still later on this year.
Yep.
They're a very good team. Lincoln College Prep and St. Joe Benton are tied up at 20 with 23 seconds left to go in that game. There's actually some really close games in this today for whatever reason. Not so much in Baldwin. This is on the Kansas side, but the score 62-7 Lewisburg over Baldwin.
Oh man.
Anyway, North Kansas City leading Belton 24-20 in the third quarter there. North Platte 8-6 over Penny. That's a late third quarter score. It's a final in Oak Grove. Odessa wins 24-10. Let's see. Park Hill and Liberty. That's a close one, 29-22 for the Blue Jays in the fourth quarter. Still about 7.5 minutes left to go there.
Wow.
St. Michael on top of Pembroke Hill, 35-13. That's a final. Ray-Pec Blue Springs South, 20-14 for Ray-Pec. 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. It's halftime. Ray South and Raytown. Battle of Raytown is 7-0 for Ray South. Richmond losing to Van Horn 29-12, 3:18 left to go in that one. There's about a half a quarter to go in Bentonville, Arkansas. Rockhurst's yearly trip down there.
Renewing that.
And they are tied up. It's 21 all.
Wow, that's
late in that game.
It's good for Rockhurst. Put on a show for the state of Missouri down there.
I told you there were some close games.
Yeah.
Lawrence and Shawnee Mission East are also in overtime as far as close scores. Smithville 28-6 over Ruskin. That's a late third quarter score. Let's see what else we've got to wrap things up. Truman Oak Park 70-14. Oak Park over Truman. West Platte 25-16 over University Academy. And let's see the last two. St. Joe Central 38-6 over William Chrisman. And it's a final now in Grandview, 47-7 over Winnetonka.
Wow.
Here it was 28-7. What are your thoughts on a player of the game? First of all, do you go offense or do you go defense?
It's tough. Like I I'm an offensive guy, so
Yes. I've always said that.
But I think I gotta go on the defensive side. I want to just give it to the whole defensive line and how they stood tall on the fourth down and basically were.
They played well. I don't. The toughest thing about, like you said, is that unless you want to just give it to quote unquote the defense,
right,
which is always a cop out when we do stuff like that.
I don't like doing that.
It's tough to single one guy. There are a lot of players who played really good games. Fosnow was one. We mentioned a couple of times that Terrell Woods had a heck of a game up front, and as did Putnam on the two defensive end positions. Actually, Devin Wilson played a great game.
Yeah,
Ty Washington and we called out Drew Grauberger a bunch of times as well. A.J. Fain came up a couple of times even on that side. But I think when all is said and done, it's still going to end up going offense.
I agree.
Now, it's hard to, again, narrow it down because you've got – I mean, Quincy Torrey's numbers were good.
Yeah.
They weren't outstanding where he's like an obvious choice.
Yeah.
But he certainly deserves it. I think you could make a good case for Tavian Sims with his touchdown and so on. Obviously, Jackson Torrey played a good game. The offensive line, gave a good job. We called out Cam Arnold a few times in this game that we hadn't before.
Yep.
I still think, though, when all is said and done, a full game performance out of Caden Carter and the fact that he did it both on his legs and also in the air.
Agreed.
And really more importantly was the field general you want to see a quarterback be.
He ran the show tonight.
Yeah.
It was he looked like he was in command and in control of the game all night long.
So I'd end up giving it to Caden when all is said and done.
That's who
with one caveat. if it hadn't have been for the ball bouncing out of an upright, you could have made a case for Christian Christian Coleman, or I'm sorry, Sebastian Coleman.
Yeah.
For that kick, and then also his play on defense because he actually had a great game.
You're right.
As a linebacker as well.
And it's funny. I remember in your pregame talk with Coach Horn, you talked about the kicker from last week with the 54-yarder, and he
nearly got it.
Nearly got I think it was a 44-yarder, wasn't it?
Yeah,
or
something like
that.
Yeah,
and man. So you're absolutely right.
And it was halfway up.
It was. Yeah, it would have been good from 10 yards back.
Yeah. So at any rate, all right. So next week, it's you can speak to this probably as much as anybody when you're playing in district. Now I know that Coach Boehm hated
he did
these kinds of situations, tried to downplay it as much as he possibly could.
Yes.
But in your guys' case now, and of course in your case, it was a lot closer to a time where, before we had been separate schools. Some of these guys were playing in situations where they had played for that team at one point in their high school career.
Well, luckily for varsity, we didn't play Lee Summit North for at least the first 4 years.
That's because they wouldn't let us.
Right. Yeah, and I think finally it was the 5th year. I think the year after I graduated, they got to play. I want to say it was Lee Summit.
Yeah, because we didn't play North for a long time.
Yeah,
because they were a Class 16.
Exactly.
And we were 4 to start with.
Yeah, and then Lee Summit dropped down to 5 for a little bit.
Yeah, Lee Summit was Class 5. We were playing them as a Class 4 team.
Right.
And of course, there were a couple of games with Drew Locke back in those days.
I was on the coaching staff during the Drew Locke years, and watching him play, it was a treat for sure. He could throw the ball around to anybody he wanted to.
Yeah, although I still think the guy who was the biggest man amongst boys that we ever faced was Josh Freeman when he was playing for Grandview.
Yes. Josh Freeman was
way back when.
He 6'6", 2. Like, he was every bit of what they said he was. And
luckily for us, at that point, he had already done his commit and he knew where he was going, and his high school career was not exactly the top thing on his priority.
No, but they beat us on Metro Sports in the regular season. Then we went to Grandview and beat them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we were.
But like I said, that was at least in part because Josh Freeman wasn't giving his D1 college performance. He was a lot more worried about protecting the knees than he was about going far in the playoffs.
Right. Yep, I agree. But yeah, no, it's always fun going across town to play one of your rivals, and I know.
Well, I assume it's still the case that guys around here, grow up with other people in the district that are going to be friends of theirs or people that they play in, in Pop Warner or whatever, and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure all the guys at least know one person over on Lee Summit's team, and the same with North. So it's always fun to go up against and represent, and hopefully pull out another W, starting off 5-0.
That would be something. And then the following week, of course, is homecoming.
Yep, right back here for Blue Springs South.
Yet another time in which our beloved Coach Boehm was not a big fan.
That was his favorite game day right there.
Are you kidding? Waving on the float like a royalty person.
He had it down to a science, though. We were in and out over there, and if he could have, he probably would have wanted to shut down Ward Road and just done it right out in front of the high school. But yeah, no, we had that down to a science.
Down to the last couple of minutes in the game over at Lee Summit North. Broncos on top of the Tigers, 37-16. So we're going to be getting a Tiger team just like we have in each of the last 3 weeks.
Right,
that has just lost to the Broncos.
Yeah, so it will be interesting to see how Lee Summit bounces back to that. We saw Staley tonight. Like you said, the 28-7 score is not indicative of how Staley played.
So that is the game. It is on the road or across town if you prefer.
Yeah.
So, Mark, do we know one way or another about next week? So you can't join us. You can still, is that an 810 Varsity thing? So you can still get on 810varsity.com, but it's going to be the Lee Summit broadcast of that game that you'll get to see next week. And we'll see if the Titans can go to 5-0. And then we'll be back with you for homecoming with Blue Springs South the following week. We'll see if we can drag Royce out here to wave from one of the floats, if nothing else. The final score tonight, 28-7. The Titans beat the Staley Falcons tonight, and they moved to 4-0 on the young season. All right, thanks going out to Jake Johnson, my partner tonight, and, of course, producer Mark Files. Joel Becker here from Titan Stadium on Titan Football. A presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.